Street to kick off the new week with the Dow up 314 points, the Nasdaq up 100, the S&P up 35.
Well, we've got sunny skies, cold, 8 degrees at 4 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. CBS News has learned from two sources familiar with the move that Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bovino and some of his agents are expected to soon leave the Minneapolis area. Bovino, citing no evidence, suggested over the weekend that Alex Preddy intended to massacre federal agents. CBS's Stacey Lynn also reports.
On his podcast, Senator Ted Cruz criticized local leaders, but he also warned the administration.
Escalating the rhetoric doesn't help.
He said they should take a more measured tone.
The politicians who are pouring gasoline onto this fire, they need to stop.
Meanwhile, Senator Rand Paul is urging ICE and other Homeland Security officials to testify before Congress, pressing for transparency on the aggressive tactics and use of force in the state. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
Usually warm Mississippi was covered in ice as the weekend storm blew through. Kelly Robinson is a sophomore at Ole Miss, where this week's classes have been canceled.
It's been really interesting not having any internet, power, technology.
KRLD's Russell Scott is in Dallas, Texas.
The ice and snow has schools and many businesses closed. Still, many are out braving the brutal cold weather.
It's cold. It's freezing. I grew up in Chicago, so it's not terrible.
Well, it's been fun for many. A 16-year-old died Sunday after the sled she was on that was being pulled by a Jeep slammed into a tree. Russell Scott for CBS News, Dallas.
At the airports, there are over 11,000 combined delays and cancellations in the U.S., according to FlightAware. Ryan Wedding, during his first court appearance in California, is ordered to remain in U.S. custody without bond. The former Canadian Olympic snowboarder, who was arrested by the FBI last week, has pleaded not guilty to all 17 charges against him. Feds are accusing Wedding of running a billion-dollar multinational drug trafficking ring and orchestrating multiple killings. His jury trial scheduled for March 24th. The remains of the last Israeli hostage taken by Hamas militants in the attack from Gaza into Israel in October 2023 were returned Monday. Police officer Ron Gavili was taken hostage and died in Gaza. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu saying today,
with President Trump's help, we got them out. With our brave soldiers who went into Gaza, stuck a knife to Hamas.
Health officials say major data gaps in CDC measles surveillance are hampering the response to the largest U.S. outbreak in more than 30 years. Researchers warn many cases may be going uncounted, with blind spots in tracking vulnerable populations. Dr. Celine Gounder explains why it matters.
The researchers call for something simple: transparency. If data collection pauses, say so, explain why, and say when it will resume.
This is CB.
I'm Adrian Garrett. Follow and listen to The Takeout on the free Odyssey app or wherever.
What's up, everybody? Hey, Marietta. Happy Monday. Happy 1/26/26. Oh, wow. I hope you're staying warm, my sister. There's a lot of crazy news going on. We'll see what's happening. We're gonna drive around a little bit. We'll do our regular. Let's check what's happening in downtown today. I know the last few days I've been out doing some other things. Let's go check out what's going on. You know, make sure you don't slip on no ice. It's dangerous. You might get a bullet in your back, right? Yeah, I'm gonna say that. I don't care if you don't like it. Yeah, getting a bullet in your back from the government and then saying you can't bring a gun to a protest is kind of anti. It's weird. It's anti-right wing. It's kind of weird how they lie. It's weird how people flip-flop. We try not to flip-flop on SubX.News. We're straight. We're after all government corruption, whether it's right or left. Let's listen to the news.
Children over 10 times, including in Illinois, Indiana, even Arizona. Smith's case there involved allegations of misconduct while working as a tutor, and a South Suburban family recently filed similar accusations. Those prompted the Archdiocese to fire Smith, who had also worked as a substitute teacher in at least 4 different Catholic schools in the area in recent months, including Brighton Park, Evergreen Park, Morgan Park, and Blue Island. A statement from the Archdiocese says they regret allowing Smith into their buildings and insists he passed state background and fingerprint checks when he was hired in 2024. Anyone who fears they had inappropriate contact with Smith now being asked to contact police or DCFS. Andy Dane, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
A person was injured in a hit-and-run crash on Route 394 in the south suburbs this morning. Illinois State Police say it happened on the southbound lanes near Route 30 in Linwood. Officials say one person was taken to the hospital with injuries.
I'll give you $10.
Well, the rise in property taxes in Cook County this year has drawn new attention to the race for county assessor.
Pat Hines is a lapdog. Assessor Fritz Kagi claims his opponent in the Democratic primary has taken hundreds of thousands of dollars in campaign donations from developers and property tax appeal lawyers, including the ones who worked to reduce the assessment on Chicago's Trump Tower. Kagi's been taking a lot of criticism over the double-digit percentage increases in property taxes in parts of the city, caused in part by the lower value of downtown office buildings. There are some empty office buildings, sure, but there are a lot of other office buildings that are doing just fine, that don't have problems with vacancy. The Hines campaign released a statement that in part calls Kagi a hypocrite for accepting donations from some of the same groups, and the candidate calls Kagi's allegations a distraction.
I am endorsed by the Cook County Democratic Party. I can tell you that the Cook County Democratic Party would not endorse a MAGA Republican. Pat Hines is Lyons Township assessor and the nephew of the late Cook County assessor Tom Hines. We're in the loop. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
A science-based nonprofit is calling on Illinois lawmakers to strengthen regulations amid a data center boom in the state.
According to a new report by national nonprofit, the Union of Concerned Scientists, data centers will account for up to 64% of electricity demand growth in Illinois by 2030. That's without their suggested changes to Illinois law that they say would help prevent increased prices, offset pollution, and lower future reliance on out-of-state energy. The nonprofit claims that without new legislation encouraging the development of more clean energy in the state, residents will pay an additional $24 billion in energy costs over the next 25 years. Brandon Eisen, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Indiana conservation officers had to rescue some duck hunters stuck in the middle of a frozen river during the weekend's winter storm.
Joe Haywood says in 22 years on the job, this was a first.
No, that's never gotten that call before.
That call was from 5 men in a boat frozen on the White River near Hayesville in southern Indiana. Haywood and other conservation officers had to figure out how to get them out.
Obviously, walking across, a frozen river is not ideal. Don't even know if they could have made it across the river.
Using an airboat from a neighboring county, they were able to rescue the men some 3 hours later.
Luckily, we had the right equipment and we had the right people in place. We're able to make a rescue, because that could have been a much worse outcome.
The boat remains frozen in the middle of the river, but Haywood says the men were okay and did not need to go to the hospital. Nancy Hardy, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Police in McHenry County ramping up patrols at a middle school after a student allegedly made a threat to bring a weapon onto campus.
The Marengo Police Department says it became aware of the threat over the weekend and immediately contacted the student involved. Officers say there's no danger to the public, and steps have been taken to ensure the juvenile will not be at school and did not have a weapon. Possible criminal charges are being reviewed. Meantime, police say they'll maintain a visible presence around the school this week and urge anyone who sees or hears something concerning to report it. Rachel Pearson, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
408, time to check in on the roads now. Traffic and weather together on the 8s. Here's Neil Fiorito.
All right, Lisa, some big delays here on the south side. This is actually approaching the area of the Bishop Ford Freeway, Stony Island and 95th Street. In that area, really bad traffic. Getting word of a crash involving injuries. You might want to use Cottage Grove for your north-south alternate, and instead of using Stony Island, you can avoid that by maybe getting up to 87th Street and using that. It may be really blocked up in that area for a while. On the expressways, pretty heavy in the north suburbs on the inbound Edens from Tower Road to before Old Orchard Road. You have a crash cleanup there off on the right shoulder. That's a spin-out crash. 25 the drive-in from Lake Cook to the Kennedy Junction. On the Kennedy outbound, still heavy in the express lanes, but the crash we had at Augusta has cleared. But you still want to stick with the locals to save yourself about 5 minutes. 17 to Montrose, 35 to the airport, 35 to drive-in as well from O'Hare into downtown. We have some moving roadwork on the Bishop Ford outbound. Traffic is heavy from 111 to Sibley. 25 to drive out to 8094. Going back to the expressways along the Eisenhower outbound, 35 to Manheim, 53 to the Jane Addams Tollway. Coming in from I-90, 56, 36 between Manheim and the Jane Byrne interchange. On the Stevenson outbound, 30 if you're exiting Cicero Avenue. That's the Midway exit. 45 to the Tri-State, just about an hour to 355 and 33 in. The Dan Ryan, 30 minutes out, 20 minutes inbound. Just south of Lakeshore Drive, pretty typical backups on either side of Chicago Avenue. Heavy traffic through Grant Park as well. No major headlines on your tollways or on the roads in Northwest Indiana. Your next traffic report from the Metro Traffic Center, 418 News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
All right, Neil, thank you. We've got plenty of sunshine, but it is cold. Look for a high only near 10. Tonight, frigid, a low of 6, and then blustery, another very cold day tomorrow. Despite the sun, a high of 14. We have 8 above at O'Hare, 9 at Aurora, 10 Lakefront. Markets in the green to start the trading week. It's 4:10.
My kids make fun of me because they're my kids.
What's up, everybody? You can see all the white supremacists coming out of their holes now. Don't bring a gun to a protest, but they can bring an AR to riots. They can take over the state building in Lansing with a gun. They can take over the Capitol building, but that's different. Don't forget, that's different. Because they're white males and they're white supremacists. They can do that. Blacks, Hispanics, other people who think in other different ways, they can't do that. You can't do that. If you're not a white man, you can't have a gun. Oh, wait. Didn't Alex Perty, he was a white man, wasn't he? Kind of get the message that sends, right? It sends a message. It sends a message. That's a right-wing message. It's an execution. That's what that was.
ComerCross.com. That's ComerCross.com.
It is 4:11. The news continues. Chicago reportedly throwing its hat in the ring for the next 2 Democratic national conventions. But one political observer says that flies in the face of conventional wisdom.
There was a time when both major political parties held their conventions in Chicago as a matter of convenience. Chicago is in the middle of the country and a transportation hub, which came in handy during the days of long-distance train travel. Now local officials are reportedly bidding to host the 2028 and 2032 Democratic conventions. David Greising, president and CEO of the Better Government Association, tells it in Business Hour that parties use political conventions as marketing tools in swing states.
Thinking that hosting a convention in a certain city in one of those states might help swing votes and win a state that otherwise would be up for grabs.
Even though the Democratic ticket went down to defeat in 2024, the Democratic convention made money. Rob Hart, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
A Glen Ellen band preparing to take on a world marathon challenge to honor his late father.
This week, 63-year-old Lincoln Bodie flies to Antarctica to begin the 777 World Marathon Challenge to raise money for Parkinson's disease research. The challenge involves running 7 marathons on 7 continents in 7 consecutive days. Bodie says he's running in honor of his father, Hank Bodie, who died last year after a 9-year battle with Parkinson's. The challenge begins Saturday. Bodie has partnered with the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research and set a goal of raising $77,700 for research. Carolina Garibay, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Well, this week marks Identity Theft Awareness Week, and state officials are offering some tips to keep you safe. Illinois Comptroller Susanna Mendoza reminding people that identity thieves steal people's personal and financial information. The thieves then use that information to do anything from make purchases with your credit cards to stealing your tax refund. Officials say you can protect yourself in several ways, including regularly checking your bank accounts. Use strong passwords and never give out important information to people you don't know. Looks like a bitterly cold week despite the sun. The AccuWeather 5-day forecast is next. It's 4:13.
Stay on top of the news. Sign up for WBBM's daily newsletter. Up-to-date information delivered right to your inbox. Click on the Connect tab on WBBMNewsRadio.com and sign up today.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus. I'm Weston. What's your question?
I give up. Where are they?
Who?
Employees.
What?
You say Hasselus Mattress Showrooms don't have any employees. Come on, bud. I know better.
I assure you.
Are they cooped up in a secret back room?
Huh?
Or waiting outside in the bushes?
Sir.
I know. They're hiding under the beds, aren't they?
Listen, Hasselus Mattress Showrooms really are employee-free. Give our mattresses a try with no pushy sales guy.
Nope. Don't believe it.
You won't believe our prices either. Beauty Rest, Sealy Posturepedic, and more for way less.
Right.
Others sell a King Aspen Covey for $2,520, but our everyday low hassless price is just $13.74. Free next day delivery too.
Sure. Next you'll say I can get a free adjustable base with my purchase through Monday.
As a matter of fact, yes.
Oh, come on!
Save on Sealy Posturepedic and Beauty Rest, plus get a free adjustable base. Find an employee-free showroom near you at hassless.com.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson. Paid for by Action Matters.
Attention victims of church clergy sexual abuse. If you were sexually abused at a church or a school by a member of the clergy, listen closely, as you may be entitled to financial compensation. Even if the abuse happened decades ago, your case could still qualify for compensation. If you suffered abuse from clergy members and those who knew about the abuse but failed to stop it, no matter how long ago it was, call our law firm's confidential clergy abuse helpline at 800-712-3253 to find out if you're eligible for a cash settlement. Our attorneys may be able to justice, motion, and substantial compensation while your case remains fully confidential.
Extra cautious, why? Why do you need... Here, brother. Why do you need to be extra cautious around a police officer that has a badging? You see those two people right there? See those two people? You're telling me it's my responsibility to be cautious around a person with a gun when they're supposed to be trained to protect and serve. Those officers, those ICE people, they killed a dude. That's a fact. You can't get away from that. No matter how the right wants to spin that. They killed a man on the street that was legally carrying a weapon. You can say he attacked them. You can say he shot him. You can say anything you want. The fact doesn't change that the government killed a man while he was on his knees. That's the fact. You can spin it any way you want. To tell me that, oh, you should be careful around police? You're out of your mind to say that, my brother. I should be careful around a police officer. Why? Because they're going to shoot me? Do you see the conditioning that you have promulgating on my page? You're telling me I need to be careful around police. Are you sick to say that thing? What's wrong with you to say that? The government serves us, not us them. It's not the opposite way. What you've actually articulated is the government is dangerous and they kill people, which we know. Randy Weaver, the Branch Davidians, Fred Hampton, right? Right? Well, we know that already, right? Laquan McDonald. That kid was on the ground. The dude kept Laquan McDonald was laying on the ground. The dude unloaded his magazine into the kid when he was laying on the ground. Rahm Emanuel buried the video. Are you telling me that's what I need to be careful for because these are dangerous individuals? Then we need to start saying, well, maybe they can't carry guns. How about we start saying police can't carry guns? How about that? If they're that dangerous and we can't trust them, then we need to start figuring that one out, right? Do you see what you just said, Dan? You said we need to be careful around police. Whoa, wait. The police is supposed to protect us, not kill us. Especially someone who didn't go to court and has been adjudicated. That's called an extrajudicial. What is it called? It's a summary execution. I don't know how to, that's a tongue twister. Extrajudicial execution. Meaning you kill somebody without them having a court. That's what happened in Vietnam when they killed that communist, right? That's that famous picture. Someone said they already started saying, oh, you don't know the background of the picture. Killing somebody is killing somebody. No one has that right, according to God. Read the Bible. Read the Bible. It's funny how all the Christians make excuses for killing people. It's a very strange thing. It's an extremely strange thing that a Christian says it's okay to kill another man. Did Jesus say that? Did Jesus actually say it's okay to kill somebody else? I don't think he did. I don't think he did at all. But yet, twisted brains and weak people say that. You just said that, Dan. You said we have to be careful around police. That's an outrageous statement, brother. That's out. Think about what you're. I know we're participating. I know I should have you on my show and you should talk. Maybe that's easier if you want. I'll give you my phone number. You can call in and articulate what you meant. But to tell me that I should be careful around the police, no, they need to be careful around us. That's why we have the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment is exactly for that. It's anti-police, anti-government. And then you have the president, the traitor. He's a traitor. I'm going to call President Trump a traitor today. To say that he had a gun, that's why he was shot. That's a traitor, and he committed treason by saying that. Every one of his cabinets that said that. The blonde chick, and Steve Miller should be fired as traitors to the government. When they say, oh, he had a gun, so he got shot. That's anti-Second Amendment, man. Isn't it? Kind of weird, isn't it? Are these people manipulating us? Is the Trump administration manipulating us? Are we dealing with the same 80-year-old white person like we did with Biden? Remember Biden times when it was really bad? Remember those times with Biden? When we didn't know what was going on and we never seen him and he was saying weird stuff and acting weird. Don't I feel like this is the same? We have an 80-year-old white man. Biden was an 80-year-old white man. Trump is an 80-year-old white man. You got some weirdos underneath them making weird statements. Steve Miller's a white supremacist. Everybody knows that, right? You have your right. You can do whatever you want. There's black supremacists. There's Mexican supremacists. Whatever. It don't matter. You should be proud of your race, I guess. I don't know. But you got a white supremacist saying what? Oh, he had a gun, so we shot him. What? Only, 30, 40 years ago, Randy Weaver had a gun. They killed his wife and his kid. The white supremacists at that time said the government overreached. They burned down the Branch Davidians saying, oh, they were bad people and they deserved it. Right? But then what? At that time, the white supremacists, Timothy McVeigh, watched Waco and went and bombed the federal building saying that the government overreached. Kind of strange. So who's actually in our DC? Who are these people? Who's Steve Miller? Who are these people? Do they want what? True constitutional governance? Where we are self-determinant of our rights? Or do they want to control us and disarm us? I think they want to disarm us. Did the Nazis disarm the people? Yeah, that's a strong word now, man. I like I said, I voted for Trump. But him saying the guy deserves to be shot, that's not a good thing to say, my brothers and sisters. Anyone who says a person deserves to be shot is your enemy. That's your enemy. And if deserves to be shot by a cop is your ultra enemy. That is a fascist. Anyone who says or makes an excuse that the government can kill people on the street is your enemy. Is your enemy. Unless that guy's shooting at the cop. Unless there's a gunfight, you ain't got no right to kill somebody, my brothers and sisters. There is no law that says that. There's no law that says that. That's oppression, man. That's pure oppression. And then when you have hundreds, if not thousands and millions of people who have been influenced by people like, what's this guy on the internet? Nawal. All these influencers. Nawal. Who's the other guy? There's a big influencer on Twitter. These are all guys. One guy's from Dubai. One guy's from Thailand because he rapes children. Why do you live in Thailand? Yeah. And you're blogging from there. 4chan, one of these guys, even 4chan banned them because they were doing weird stuff with kids, man. Yet they're blogging and saying that America's bad. This guy, Nawal, some blogger, he's got 25 million American viewers. 25 million American viewers. He lives in Dubai. He's from Palestine. He says, oh, the dude pulled a gun on him, and everybody repeats it. You see how dangerous that is? I put on his page. He should be arrested as an enemy of the government, of our government, my American government. He's an enemy. Why? Because he's a foreign agent speaking against what's happening in our society. He doesn't have a right to talk about what's in our society when he's in Dubai and he has 25 million American viewers. What is he doing? He's what? Creating what? Unrest. You know it's illegal to say it's a fire in an auditorium? That's a long adjudicated case. You can say whatever you want in our society. We have freedom of speech. The First Amendment is the most important amendment. Freedom of speech, freedom of the religion, freedom of the press, and the last one is freedom of association. But if you live in Dubai, you don't have that right of association and speech and the press in our society. You don't have that right. You don't have that right. You remember Khashoggi? The guy they chopped up into little pieces? Remember the Khashoggi? They chopped him up. And then Trump made deals with Saudi Arabia. You know why? That he was in another country. He was in Turkey in the Saudi Arabia embassy. They chopped him up, Khashoggi. Because he was anti Saudi government. You see where we're going with this? You see where these right-wing people are going? They're the same as the left wing. There's no difference in them. They want to control every single one of us. They want to control us. And I'm not saying that I'm the perfect guy. I ain't saying that I say what I say is right or wrong. But when we repeat their lies, and I'm sorry I'm picking on you, Dan, when you say we should be careful around cops, that's a dangerous thing to say. That's extremely dangerous. It's extremely dangerous to say you should be careful around the police. That's extremely dangerous. That means we've lost control. Or, it's on purpose. See, there's 2 more cops walking right there. You see them there. So I should be careful about these guys. Here, let me park over here. Right, I should be careful of these guys. I should be careful of these guys right there. Watch these 2 cops. So you're telling me I need to be careful for these guys, right? Oh, they went inside the Palmer House, right? You remember what happened at the Palmer House? They beat up the hippies with billy clubs here because they were protesting the government. Remember that one? I get it. Look, I'm for law and order. See, I don't know what this is in liberals and this and weaknesses. You're a weak person if you say the cops should shoot people. You're weak. That means you can't self-govern. That means you can't self-govern. That's why I'm anti-Mayor Brandon Johnson, because he allows drugs, he allows criminals, he allows the police not to enforce the law, not to profile people. Yeah, I believe in profiling. Yeah, but I'm some weak liberal. I've been called all kinds of names today. Most of them are foreign bots. They're Russian and Chinese bots. Imagine someone from China saying, you don't have rights, or the NRA, who they were fucking a fucking Russian spy, or known convicted Russian spy. The NRA was sleeping with her. Every one of those NRA officials dipped their dick in their pussy. I'll say that right here. Every one of those guys. Not one of those traitors went to prison. Not one of those NRA guys went to prison. Not one. Not one. Not one NRA guy for sleeping with a traitor went to prison. Huh? They said that Putin believes in gun rights. See that? There's one of those Uber guys right there, right in the turning lane, right there. See, the police don't enforce the rules. When the police don't enforce the rules, I don't need to listen to them. How about that? How about that? How about I make that statement here? If the police don't enforce the rules, then I don't need to listen to them, right? If the police, like I put up earlier, don't make a cordon off area. Think about this. Think about how Bonivo lies. I like Bonivo. I like that guy. That's the kind of guys we need, but he lies a lot. I like him. That's the kind of guys we need to run our stuff, but he's a lying piece of shit. In one mouth, he says it was a dangerous operation. We're apprehending some rapist illegal, right? Yet they allow all these people walking around the dangerous criminal apprehension. So he's a liar, right? You know, Italians are known to lie, right? That's one of their things. Everybody knows that about Italians. Yeah, that's the way life goes. Yeah, I'm a European, see? They treat people different way. I'm Eastern European. They treat me a different way. There's WASPs and people from the north, the white-skinned people, right? I don't have white skin. I have tan skin, olive skin. And then you got the people from southern Europe, right? The Greeks, and you got the Italians, right? They're all different. So here, this is what I'm trying to say here. When we start accepting what the government tells us, that's when we've lost. When we repeat what guys in Dubai write. What's the other guy? I'm trying to remember this other guy's name. Norwal is one, and there's another blogger. He has 30 million Americans following him. And he's in Thailand, this guy. The other guy's from Thailand. I forgot. I told him off on their Twitter. I said, get lost. I said, you're not an American. You're talking about American stuff. This Norwal guy was talking about Minneapolis like he was there, writing about it. And he's in Dubai. First of all, how does he get information about America in Dubai? He must be a CIA spy. How does someone who lives in Dubai have information about a shooting in Minneapolis? How does he do it? You can say, oh, it's all the internet. But wait. I'm living in Dubai. I'm going to talk about Dubai, but why is he talking about Minneapolis shooting? See, I'm in Chicago now. What am I showing you guys here? This is what I'm trying to show everybody here, right? Especially your right-wing weirdos, okay? The ones that are from Russia and China. I'm in Chicago. I just left my house a little while ago. I did what I needed to do, and now I'm live feeding in Chicago, where I live, where I've lived for 55 years. I'm here. Do you ever see these bloggers that talk about Minneapolis, Chicago, LA, Boston, Houston, Dallas, St. Louis, all these people who say, oh, America's horrible, the left wing, the right wing, all of these. Do you ever see them showing you a dinner picture? Do you ever see them driving in their neighborhoods? No, why? Because one, they're pussies. They're pussies. That's the first thing. Secondly, they're paid agents. That's what they are. They create narratives. The union does it too. The Chicago Teachers Union does it. They're all foreigners. Most of the people working at the Teachers Union today, 50% of them aren't from Chicago. 60 to 70% of them aren't even working class. So you have a union that's infiltrated by outsiders who aren't from Chicago. You have a mayor that's not from Chicago. He's from Elgin. The Teachers Union president is from South Bend, Indiana. Think about these things. You have bloggers and social media people who have 20 to 30 million people watching them and viewing them who aren't even from our country. And then when a guy like Chi-Town Crime Chasers comes up and puts stuff up, everybody attacks him because of something he did in his past, right? That's been adjudicated, right? Or then people get stuck somewhere and then they get homophobic, like Martin G. Johnson. Martin G. Johnson, I loved him. I used to watch him all the time. I still watch him if I can. I love Martin G. Johnson. But he went homophobic. There ain't no reason to be homophobic in 2026, man. It's like saying someone that deserves to be shot. This is in the news.
Federal schedule in most cases leaves it up to parents and doctors whether to vaccinate individual children. The hope of the American Academy of Pediatrics is that parents and doctors will follow their schedule when deciding. Brandon Eisen, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
432 now to Minnesota. The Department of Homeland Security says it's handling the investigation into the second deadly shooting by federal agents in Minneapolis. Local leaders feel like they should be involved.
I think it's still a bit early to categorize exactly what has happened.
But former Commissioner of U.S. Customs and Border Protection Gil Krolikowski says an open, coordinated investigation between federal, state, and local authorities
would go a long way to satisfying the demands of the public.
He says any attempt to exclude or hide information
just raises the concern of the citizens.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
Well, the latest fatal shooting by ICE agents there could spark a federal government shutdown following announcements by Illinois' 2 U.S. senators.
Senators are set to return to Capitol Hill this week to vote on a budget bill that includes funding for the Department of Homeland Security. If it's not approved by Friday, the country could be headed for another partial shutdown. But Democratic Senators Dick Durbin and Tammy Duckworth have both said they will vote no on the measure following last Saturday's shooting that killed Alex Preddy. Senator Durbin described ICE this way during an appearance in Chicago last week.
Unpredictable and really refusing to follow the Constitution and the laws when it comes to their procedures.
Don Tracy is the leading Republican in the race to succeed Durbin. He says if he was in the Senate, he'd vote to fund the government.
I don't believe government and the people should be used as pawns.
Saturday's shooting also fueled new calls to abolish ICE. Durbin last week told reporters he hadn't quite reached that point. His spokesperson has not responded to our request for an update. Jeff Buckles.
I got something to say about that.
WBBM.
Now, Maine, the FAA says 7 people died, 1 person injured in the crash of a private jet in Bangor, Maine. Happened yesterday. The plane crashed on takeoff during a snowstorm. Throughout the weekend, a vast storm dumped sleet, freezing rain, and snow across much of the eastern half of the U.S. It halted air traffic and knocked out power to hundreds of thousands of homes and businesses. The aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln and 3 accompanying warships have now arrived in the Middle East as Iranian officials continue to take deadly action against anti-government protesters.
For weeks, President Trump has warned Iran the U.S. would come to the aid of protesters. And as the death toll continues to climb into the thousands, the arrival of the carrier indicates he is still keeping options for potential strikes. The carrier group adds about 5,000 more sailors and Marines, as well as fighter jet squadrons, to the tens of thousands of troops already at bases across the Middle East. Eleanor Watson, CBS News, Washington, D.C.
And a mass shooting in Mexico has killed and injured nearly 24 people.
Gunmen opened fire at a soccer field in central Mexico on Sunday, killing at least 11 people and wounding 12. Salamanca Mayor Cesar Prieto said in a statement that the gunmen arrived at the end of a match, firing indiscriminately into the crowds. 10 people died at the scene and 1 died later in hospital. The mayor said a woman and a minor were among the wounded. He said the attack was part of a crime wave in the city and appealed to President Claudia Sheinbaum to help control the violence. Guanajuato had Mexico's highest homicide total last year. A local gang, Santa Rosa de Lima, has been battling the powerful Jalisco New Generation cartel. The Guanajuato State Prosecutor's Office said it was investigating the latest shooting and coordinating with federal authorities to reinforce security in the area. I'm Lawrence Brooks.
Coming up in a minute, we're going to check in on the roads, the weather, and the gas prices. It's 4:36.
Enjoy Chicago. So think about this, what I just wrote. And it just popped up when they were talking about it. It's the second shooting in Minneapolis. By the way, thanks for tuning in. If I want to dismantle ICE, everybody knows white supremacists hate the government. Everybody knows that. We can agree on that one. White supremacists hate the government. We know that, right? If you think white supremacists like the government, then you probably shouldn't be watching my page. And you're probably ill-informed. You won't understand half the things I say. White supremacists hate the government. So think about this. If I want to dismantle ICE, which is a police force, and I hate the government, wouldn't I let them shoot somebody? What did they just say? They're going to dismantle the government, right? Agency, ICE. Huh?
One plan, one
Think about that.
Team. Call Trajan today, 630-230-7400. That's 630-230-7400.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Now, the lowest gas prices from News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Sponsored by PackyWeb4.com. The Bronco boss, Packy Web Ford, will beat any competitor's deal on any full-size Bronco or Bronco Sport. For details, visit PackyWeb4.com. In Homer Glen, a Sitco on 159th and Twin Lakes has gas for $2.87 a gallon. In Stickney, the BP on 47th and Central has gas for 2 pennies more at $2.89.
Coming up, this is Carolina Garibay. A local women's shelter is bringing more housing to women on the far north side.
We're going to tell you about that coming up. But first, it's 4:38. Traffic, sponsored by...
Think about it. If you're a white supremacist, like Stephen Miller, right? He's a white supremacist. It's a fact. If you're a white supremacist, you hate the government, right? As you think it's anti-Christian. You know, white supremacists thinks that America is anti-Christian, right? Everybody knows that? Then what would you do? You would say, go do your thing over in Minneapolis. Shoot them up. Bop, 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 right? You do whatever you want. You got, what did he say? You got immunity. Didn't they say that? Immunity. Do whatever you want. And then you have one shooting, whatever, right? She ran over a guy. And you got a second shooting, right? Now, okay, he bought a gun, and he had it in his waistband, then he got shot in the back. And now what? Now the Democrats, which might be in power pretty fast in this next election in November, right? In the midterms, everybody knows in the midterms, usually the people in power lose. Especially when you think about this. Think about how ineffective Trump has been. He controls the Supreme Court, controls Congress, right? And controls the executive. He hasn't passed half the stuff he said he was going to pass. He's ineffective, just like Biden was. And now what's going to happen? His voters are going to vote against him.
State Street to before Harlem Avenue.
The middle is now going to vote against Trump. That's a fact. You watch what happens. He might want, right? He might not. We'll see. But usually it happens. It always happens in our society because we don't like one person to be in power. We are against kings, right? It's rooted in DNA in our society. We're gonna watch a little sun, and then we're gonna go out a little bit more, right? Look at that beautiful sun, right? That's God talking to us, saying, "Man, I'm gonna warm you up." There we go, right?
Degrees at O'Hare right now.
Look at that beautiful sun, right?
10
That's
at the
beautiful,
lakefront,
right?
going down to 6 tonight. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson.
Stocks in the positive territory today as we begin another trading week. The Dow finished the day up 313. Nasdaq added 100 and the S&P added 35. It is 440. A well-known nonprofit in Uptown building new apartments in the neighborhood to help women who are experiencing homelessness.
Women's shelter Sarah Circle is planning its fourth building at 4452 North Clarendon Avenue, which for decades has been a vacant lot. Law Club Chicago reports that the 7-story building will contain 54 apartments, which would be exclusively permanent supportive housing where women can stay as long as they need. Sarah Circle still needs approval from the city. The group says it hopes its plans will pass at its February meeting. Carolina Garibay, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Well, snow fell across Chicago again yesterday, but if you're a certain age, you might remember this. Nearly 6 decades ago, a winter storm brought the city to a standstill.
It's known as the Big Snow. The massive system hit January 26, 1967, dumping 23 inches of snow on the city in just over a day, far more than what had been forecast.
High drifts and abandoned cars have closed roads and highways in the south suburban area. Residents are urged to stay at home if possible.
High winds whipped the snow into towering drifts, shutting down highways, trapping commuters overnight as Chicago's transportation system ground to a halt.
Snowplows are attempting to move about, but it's almost hopeless as they too become snowbound. The word is there's no sense trying to get in or out of town.
Entire communities were cut off. Side streets weren't plowed, leaving neighbors to dig themselves out on their own. It took more than a week for Chicago to fully recover, cementing the blizzard of 67 as the benchmark against which every major snowstorm is still measured. Rachel Pearson, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
A new survey of businesses finds many are cautiously optimistic about the months ahead. The National Association for Business Economics finds more than half of businesses surveyed expect sales to increase. A survey analyst, Lester Jones, says nearly 73% of respondents say they are optimistic about AI's impact on their industries.
This is new territory for most businesses in the United States who are now embracing these technologies and trying to use them and make their businesses more productive.
There is still some uncertainty over tariffs and policies, but overall fears of a recession are a bit lower. It's 4:43.
The 2026 election year is here. Illinois votes March 17th with critical midterm elections November 3rd. Election Central on WBBM News Radio is your trusted source for the politics that shape Chicago, Illinois, and your daily life. Listen every day for up-to-the-minute reporting. And Sundays get the full picture with our new email newsletter, Palm Card. A clear look back at the week's key political developments, plus analysis from political editor Jeff Buckholz. Important context for the week ahead. Sign up in the Odyssey app. Experienced and ready for 2026. That's WBBM News Radio Election Central.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/Mike.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I'm opening a second location for my coffee shop this year.
I smell trouble.
So it was a good thing I just... Look at this one. See this. How about that one? Weird that ICE are operating in dozens of states, but only gets violent in one where they're just uncovered $1 billion fraud ring. Probable links to the governor, huh? Remember, I'm gonna say this. Let me turn down this music here. See that? See that one there? Those Somalis got their money from the government. The Somalis were paid by the government. Who shipped all those migrants up into Chicago? The government. Who made money off the buses and the planes and all of that? Everybody says it's Soros, Soros, Soros. Soros don't run no damn buses, bro, from Texas. Wake up. Wake up. White supremacists don't like the government. They want to dismantle the government ever since they burned down the Branch Davidians. That's why Timothy McVeigh bombed the Murrow building. Come on, man. Wake up, man. Open your eyes. They're sitting inside the White House. They're like with Biden. They're using these old white men, man. That's why you can't have an 80-year-old white man running stuff, man. Yeah, that's our mistake. We're voting for 80-year-old white dudes.
Meeting truly great candidates for your roles, it seems impossible to find them. But they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. And that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Top trending stories on WBBM.
Nice sunset, right?
Chris, you know where Gunflint Lake, Minnesota is? Well, it's the distinction of being the coldest place in America today. And yes, that includes Alaska. The town reached 40 below over the weekend. So cold that if you spit into the air, it would be ice by the time it hits the ground. The winter storm making its way through the country is contributing to the increasingly low temperatures. And 20 states have declared emergencies because of it. At least 230 million Americans, more than 2/3 of the U.S. population, are battling the deep freeze. We are as well. 446, something warmer to talk about. Turning to sports, here's Chris Emma.
I'm at the point now where, like, it's just not phasing me anymore. I'm just used to this cold.
I don't know. You said you were sad about the cold.
Okay, I might have been complaining about it like 15 minutes ago, but that's not the point.
Studio, that's why.
It's true. Lisa, before Derrick Rose's #1 went to the United Center Raptors on Saturday night, the Bulls delivered quite a moment. Kevin Huerter hit a dagger 3 from the corner, delivering a 114-111 win over the Celtics. But this is a team still struggling to ascend. The Bulls are 1 game over the 500 mark after Saturday's win, still slated with a 9th seed. Derrick Rose knows the Bulls need more to win.
You need like a star. Like you need a superstar to come change certain things. I don't know where you get that. I don't know if you draft for that. I don't know if you trade for that. But whenever you have a team like this and it's like they're stagnant and like they're trying to figure out who's going to take the lead and they're trying to find an identity, normally a star fixes those problems.
The Bulls and Lakers tip off at 7 from the UC. Tune it to 670, the score for the call. The matchup is set for Super Bowl 60. It'll be the Patriots and the Seahawks battling in the Bay Area. Elsewhere in the NFL, the Bears have another Pro Bowler, that being Deshaun Wright, selected for the first time in his career. He's replacing Quinyon Mitchell of the Eagles. Wright will join teammates Joe Thuney, Drew Dahlman, and Kevin Byard at the Pro Bowl. And believe it or not, on this frigid day, we are 2 months away from baseball season. Opening day isn't that far off, even as we freeze away. The Cubs will host the Nationals for a 1:20 start at Wrigley Field. The White Sox are in Milwaukee to meet with the Brewers. Baseball season and some warmth on the horizon. Yeah. With sports at 16 and 46, I'm Chris Emma of 670, the score for News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
See, we change our minds like the weather here every 15 minutes.
That's
but
right.
Thinking about baseball definitely warms everyone up. All right. Thank you, Chris. 448. Time for traffic. Does it warm us up, Neil?
The traffic? No, not going to make anybody warm. There's a lot of it out there. Well, you'll be warm as long as your heat's working okay. I guess that's a good thing. Very cold today, and the traffic is rough in spots. We'll start with the Stevenson, where it actually is warm. Unfortunately, inbound to Dan Ryan, you have a vehicle fire blocking the exit ramp. That just came into the traffic center. Stevenson inbound at the Dan Ryan, vehicle fire blocking the exit ramp to the outbound side of the Ryan. What you can do is exit before that at Damon, work your way back to the outbound side of the Ryan that way. The Stevenson right now coming in 30 minutes from the Veterans Tollway to DeSable Lakeshore Drive. Outbound Stevenson 50 to the Tri-State, an hour 5 to the Veterans Tollway. Travel time on the Edens inbound 27. On the Kennedy 36 out, 40 minutes in from O'Hare into downtown. On the Eisenhower, close to an hour on either side between downtown and the Jane Addams Tollway. The Dan Ryan Expressway 33 out, 20 minutes in. 57 going out 20 minutes to I-80. You're back up from the Dan Ryan to past Halstead. Roadwork delays continue on the Bishop Ford outbound. From the Stony Island Theater to Sibley Boulevard, it looks like a lane still blocked. 30 minutes to get out to 8094. You may as well want to use Torrance, or you could use 57 going outbound, depending on where you're going. Typical backups on DeSable Lakeshore Drive on either side. Nothing out of the ordinary. Tollways, Route 390 eastbound, heavy at Route 83. A stall in the left center lane. Nothing major in or out of Northwest Indiana. Your next report's at 4:58. News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
WBBM AccuWeather. Under a partly cloudy sky tonight, it will be breezy and frigid as we'll drop to 6 degrees. Temperatures will rise into the teens late. Real field temps will be well below 0. And then a blustery, very cold day tomorrow with clouds and some sunshine, high only 14. 8 degrees at O'Hare right now. It's 7 at Midway, 9 in Naperville, 10 at the lakefront, and going down to 6 later tonight. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson.
Chicago's only station dedicated to news around the clock. News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Well, it's Monday, and it's time for this week's Made in Chicago. And today it's a family-owned Northside restaurant that's been welcoming customers for nearly 70 years. Here's WBBM's Maya Martinez.
I need English muffin and sourdough down, please.
Since 1957, S&G Restaurant has been a staple for many people living in Lakeview and Lincoln Park.
I think we're on our 5th generation of some of the families that have grown up in the neighborhood.
Frances Cantos is the daughter of George Baduvas, who founded the restaurant with his younger brother, Sam.
In 1957, they pooled their money. They also borrowed some money from some relatives, and they opened the restaurant. They called it Sam and George because they thought it went well together.
Frances, along with her sister Maria and brother John, now own S&G, and most days you'll find the sisters working at the restaurant, much like their father and uncle did.
Even when we were little, we always came by. We helped Dad out. I remember sitting on the potato sacks, peeling potatoes on Saturdays and Sundays.
Frances says the restaurant is like a family member, and their customers are part of that family. Frank Campisi has been a regular for 25 years.
They have high quality food, and they get to know their customers, which makes it more of a personal touch.
That personal touch is part of what keeps bringing customers back. Well, that and S&G's extensive menu, boasting more than 300 items, including their very popular breakfast skillets, which immediately caught the eyes of first-time diners Larry Wyatt and Robin Bell.
I got the country skillet. It's got the hash browns, the chicken fried steak, biscuits and gravy. I'm literally in hog heaven.
The hash browns, perfection.
But beyond the food, the couple says there's something special about S&G.
It's like a little bit of home. I think you can feel the joy. I feel like every time I come in here, I feel my parents. I think they'd be proud of us.
S&G Restaurant, made in Chicago. Maya Martinez, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Renowned mezzo-soprano Joyce DiDonato takes center stage in Emily, No Prisoner B, an extraordinary collaboration with the classical roots string trio Time for Three. Together, they bring to life 24 vivid poems by Emily Dickinson.
Yeah, why aren't we talking about the economy? Why aren't we talking about, right, the weather? Why? Everybody knows 1 million people lost power. Why did 1 million people lose power all of a sudden in our society? We're in 2026, and they want to do data centers. Does anybody talk about that? So they want to increase the power usage, but yet we just had a power outage, right? That's strange. I like that comment. So they stole billions of dollars in Minneapolis, and now they have shootings there, right? Why? Right? Where's the Epstein files? Where's all my right wingers? Where's the Epstein file? Oh, that's a Democratic hoax now. It's a Democratic hoax witch hunt, right? By the Democrats. But yet Trump is the one who ran on it to get into office, that he's going to release the Epstein file. Didn't he say that on the campaign trail? And now he's breaking the law, right? Start to see this pattern here. Old white men, people underneath them manipulating them. It's a pattern now. Think about it. Biden was manipulated, now Trump's being manipulated, right? You think Trump said it about that lady that got shot. He says that was a wrong thing. Did you see his statement or not? You guys didn't see Trump's statement on that? He goes, yeah, it was a bad thing that she got shot. He don't like war. He don't like shooting. I don't think Trump's ever been into a violent situation in his life. Yeah, he's got violent people all around him. Think about that. The man's got violent people all around him. Talking violence. Saying you need to comply when the people who elected him were J6ers. Think about that. Those of you who go whatever way you're on the political spectrum, think about this. The J6 people stormed the Capitol saying we don't trust the government. Now you have the head of the government, Stephen Miller and others, and his spokesman saying you need to comply with the government. What is that about? Think about that. You don't have to trust. You don't have to trust John Kugler. You don't have to trust SubX.News. You don't have to trust anything I say. Go look up the statements. They just said you must comply. You must listen. Everyone who's commenting on this execution of this guy in Minneapolis says he didn't comply. Think about the twisted brainwashing that's happening in our society. Right-wing people are saying he didn't comply, when they're the ones who stormed the Capitol saying, we're not going to listen to the results of the election because you cheated us. But yet now they're the ones that are saying comply. Kind of wild, isn't it? I don't know, you want to get on that? I don't know what, is there anything to say or what? What's up, Juan? Is ICE shooting people down in Texas, Juan? Yeah. Oh, you're making fun of it, right? Yeah, I am. Because people are being twisted with it. You're being manipulated by the government. That's what's happening. Anyone who comments that it was okay that a man gets shot, you're being manipulated by the government. You are. You already have been manipulated. And if you're a right wing, and if you're a MAGA saying it's okay, you are completely wiped out. You're back to the bleach drinking days, man. You're back to Ivermectin. You're back to taking horse medicine, thinking it's going to cure you of COVID. That's what you're back to. Yeah, there you go. Marietta knows that. Marietta lives on the north side. She sees crime, drugs all around her. But by Marietta's house, they deal drugs, and there's a police officer on the corner. And then you tell me I need to watch out for the cop with the gun. I don't need to watch out. How about the cops watch out for us? You know, like the criminals. Who's more? Is there more cops or is there more people? Is there more people or is there more criminals? Start putting those two together. Criminals, guns. Cops, guns. They're telling us, be safe, or don't go around criminals. Then they say, oh, don't go around cops. Kind of strange, ain't it? Okay, it's strange coming from people that say they're right-wing and pro-freedom, pro-guns. I've never been so insulted more than by the right wing. White-wing, fascist, racist white men. You know, the first thing they tell me, shut my mouth, I can't say what I'm saying. And then they'll go on their page. I got this one guy that was messing with me on Twitter. Yes, constitutional Christian freedom lover. Constitutional Christian freedom lover. And tells me to be quiet. Tells me to be quiet. You got that? You got that? I don't even think some of these people are Americans. I think they're Russians. I think they're Chinese. They might even be Iranians. They might be Ukrainians. I don't know who the hell they are. I'm digging up this guy that I'm going to mention to you, and then we're going to listen to the news at 5 o'clock. Now, I'm going to show you this one guy you need to be careful for, okay? You need to be careful for these people. These right-wing people are dangerous individuals. Those are the guys that tried to kill that judge in Indiana. You seen that biker group that tried to kill a judge in Indiana? Yeah, you need to be careful for those guys, man. They're okay as long as they don't bother you, but you need to watch out for them guys, man. They're over there. I don't bother them. They don't bother me. I don't care less. I'm just saying, you be careful what you're dealing with there, right? Here, this guy. I'm gonna show you the guy you guys need to watch out for. Martin Nowall. Right? I'll show you the guy's page on Twitter, and then we'll listen to the news, right? Where's that? There, this guy. This guy. This is the guy you need to watch out for. This is a terrorist. That's a cyber terrorist. This man is a cyber terrorist. Martin Nowall. He's a Palestinian Australian who lives in Dubai. Got that? He's Palestinian with Australian citizenship, I believe, or a mother or father. I don't know. He lives in Dubai. He doesn't live in America. The man's got, I'll show you how many followers he's got. And he wrote what? He's writing about America. You see the flags he puts on his page? Watch this guy. He's a traitor. He's an enemy of our country. You see that? You know what I put on his page? He's an alien criminal. He's an alien criminal like the drug dealer. That's what he is. I'll show you about this guy later. And this is the news.
Videos of the shooting have presented a different narrative. Sources tell CBS News Bavino has now been relieved of his command in Minneapolis and is returning to California, along with some fellow ICE agents.
President Trump has spoken by phone to Minnesota's governor and the mayor of Minneapolis. Senate Homeland Security Committee Chair Rand Paul, a Republican from Kentucky, has sent letters to the heads of ICE, Border Patrol, and Citizenship and Immigration Services requesting their testimony before the committee. CBS News has confirmed at least 19 storm-related deaths in several states from Texas to New York City. The Big Apple is where snowplows have been making the cleanup rounds. Hundreds of thousands of power outages are reported across the U.S. as the storm plowed through huge sections of the country. CBS's Jason Allen in Oklahoma City.
There is still a lot of concern from emergency management officials right now about people who are maybe out in it, about the possibility of frozen pipes. There have been some reports across the area of roofs that have collapsed on outbuildings, on bars because of the weight.
FlightAware reports almost 12,000 combined flight delays and cancellations. A private aircraft crashed on takeoff at Maine's Bangor International Airport last night, killing 7 on board. Bangor Airport Director Jose Saavedra.
The airport remained open. There were planes landing and departing around that time, and we had crews on site responding to the ongoing storm that we had at that time.
The National Transportation Safety Board is handling the investigation. More than 30,000 Kaiser Permanente nurses and other healthcare workers are on strike. They're hitting the picket lines at dozens of hospitals and hundreds of clinics across California and Hawaii. Registered nurse Zachary Pritchett and some of the grievances.
Having executives at the highest level not listen to what we need to take care of our communities and take the money that our members are paying and invest it in things that do not put back into the communities we serve.
In addition to, he says, staffing shortages. Stocks closed up on Wall Street today. The Dow jumped 314 points to close at 49,412. Nasdaq jumped 100. This is CBS News.
Real crimes, real justice.
So we missed that one. I'll keep that thing because the localness. So Benivo has been relieved of his duties in Minneapolis. He was removed. If he's doing such a good job, they would have left him there, ain't it? Remember, if you're a white supremacist, you don't like the government.
It is 5:03, Monday, the 26th day of January. Thanks for joining us and tuning in today. I'm Lisa Fielding. We have 7 above right now. Temperatures across the board in the single digit. Looks like our cold spot is in Lansing. Only 5 above there. Winds now gusting out of the southwest at 22 miles an hour. Going to be cold tonight, a low of 6. Temperature not budging through the rest of the week. Temperatures only in the teens. We're going to check in on the AccuWeather 5-day forecast coming up for you. At 5:15, but first at 5, one person on the mend after a house fire in the western suburbs. Here's WBBM's Andy Dane.
Aurora fire officials were called to the 3-story wood frame home in the 600 block of West Downer Place just after 2 a.m. and found heavy smoke and flames on the rear side of the building. Given the frigid temperatures and strong winds outside, plus a scene inside the house described by investigators as heavily congested with contents, nearly 30 personnel were called in to extinguish the fire, which did take several hours. One person suffered minor injuries. An Aurora firefighter was treated on scene. The place left the home uninhabitable. The cause remains under investigation. Andy Dane, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
The attorney for a woman who was shot by a Border Patrol agent in Chicago last year is looking to force the release of body camera footage of the incident. This comes 2 months after federal prosecutors dropped criminal charges against the woman, Miramar Martinez. Her lawyer argues that evidence in her case should be made public to shed light on how the Department of Homeland Security responds in cases where their agents are using deadly force against U.S. citizens. Well, Chicago reportedly tossing its hat in the ring for the next 2 Democratic conventions. But one observer says geography could get in the way.
There was a time when Chicago hosted political conventions from both major parties. That's because the city was easy to reach by train. Now, political conventions tend to be marketing tools in swing states. Chicago hosted the Democratic National Convention in 2024, even though the Democratic ticket lost that year. Better Government Association President and CEO David Greising tells the Noon Business Hour the convention itself was a success.
Demonstrations were under control. The venue was really good. Plenty of hotel rooms in the area. All kinds of reasons Chicago makes sense as a convention city.
Boston, Las Vegas, Atlanta, San Antonio, and Denver are some of the other cities that are believed to be under consideration for the 2028 convention. Rob Hart, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
On a freezing day like today, the growing season seems a long way off, but the city of Chicago is accepting applications for vendors at its farmers markets.
The city-run farmers markets will be the first to open in May. Those are in Daly Plaza and on Division. Applications for returning vendors for those were due last week. New vendors have until this Friday. Anyone interested in selling produce, baked goods, meat, dairy, and other items must show proof of insurance, licenses for things like organic certification, and a map of their farm. In addition to the city markets, the Department of Cultural Affairs and Special Events says there are 4 run by community partners and 50 independent ones. In this, the 48th year of the farmers markets. Nancy Hardy, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Some duck hunters in Indiana had to be rescued after their boat froze in a river during this weekend's winter storm. Indiana conservation officers got the call about 5 men stuck in a boat frozen on the White River near Hayesville in southern Indiana. Officers used a boat that could move on top of the ice to reach the stranded hunters. Indiana conservation officer Joe Haywood says some of the challenges they had in getting to the men.
Just because of the weather conditions at the time, it was snowing and it was I think 12 degrees at the time. So just the travel from one county to the next with the airboat, it's actually freezing to the trailer itself.
The hunters were brought safely ashore. Not sure how the boat got through the ice, but the boat remains frozen in the middle of the river. Well, to honor his late father and support a good cause, a DuPage County man is taking part in a World Marathon Challenge.
63-year-old Lincoln Bodie is making final preparations for the 777 World Marathon Challenge. The challenge, which kicks off this weekend, consists of running 7 marathons on 7 continents in 7 days in a row. Bodie teamed up with the Michael J. Fox Foundation for the challenge to raise funds for Parkinson's disease research. He says he's running in honor of his dad, Hank Bodie, who passed away last year after a 9-year battle with Parkinson's. The challenge begins in the course at Ultima Base, Antarctica, Saturday. Carolina Garibay, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
It is 5:08 now. Traffic and weather together on the 8s. How are the roads, Neil?
Well, we still have quite the delay on the Stevenson coming in.
Exactly that. Exactly that. You got it, Juan, right? Because your state's complying. Think about it. What Juan just said, Juan's a good friend of ours on this broadcast. He lives in Texas. We've been monitoring this for a while, right? First of all, they shipped all those guys up here from Texas. We got to figure out, Juan, who in Texas made all that money from those buses. That's one of my investigations this year. But think about what Juan just said. Why are you creating the conflict, right? Why is Mayor Brandon Johnson creating a conflict, right? Usually what? liberals are for more government, right? They're for more control to run things, right? Communism, socialism, right? Wants the government to run things. Ultra conservatives are against the government, right? That's what I'm saying, right? That's why. But think about it. Both groups somehow are anti-government now, right? Think about that. White supremacists set up a situation where they shoot a white dude in the back, and now you have government hearings to abolish ICE, right? Abolish ICE, what? That was part of the ATF, part of the Department of Justice, all these people, all these law enforcement agencies that killed the people in Waco, Texas, that killed Randy Weaver, right? All those cases that the white supremacists hate. They even went so far as to blow up a federal building, right? That's Timothy McVeigh with Terry Nichols. And we got this Dylan Roof who shot up a bunch of black people in the church. We got this other guy who shot up a synagogue in Pennsylvania. White supremacists, right? They want free reign. They want to terrorize our society. That's what they want. And now they're in the federal government. They're creating the conditions to dismantle the police force of the federal government. SubX.News. That's the truth. If you don't, that's the truth from my saying what I believe in and what I'm seeing. And then you have right-wing people who say, don't bring a gun to a protest when they took over Lansing, Michigan, the state capital, with ARs loaded. Those were loaded ARs in Lansing. Remember Lansing, Michigan during the COVID times? They went they went with guns to the government building. And now they say don't bring a gun to you can't have a gun on a sidewalk when you're walking and you're filming federal agents. Oh, that's interfering. I didn't know that filming of federal agents is interfering. Now the signal chat that Kim Higbee uncovered, where you're actively coordinating something against the government, that's bad. Now you again against the government. It's a theme here. Right? It's a theme.
Pushing back against recent changes to federal vaccine recommendations.
The CDC under the Trump administration no longer broadly recommends shots that protect young children against the flu, rotavirus, hepatitis A and B, and meningococcal disease. The new federal schedule in most cases leaves it up to parents and doctors whether to vaccinate individual children. The hope of Itasca-based American Academy of Pediatrics is that parents and doctors will follow their schedule when deciding, which includes routine flu shots, hepatitis B vaccinations for all infants, and COVID-19 vaccines for all children from ages 6 to 23 months. Brandon Eisen, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Meantime, Wisconsin officials investigating a case of measles in a resident in Waukesha. It's the first confirmed cases of measles in the state this year. Health officials there say the case is related to international travel. A groundbreaking device developed by researchers at Northwestern University is being used by doctors to perform surgeries on fetuses.
The device is a soft, flexible robotic probe. Its width is about 3 times the diameter of a single hair, which means it can pass through a standard tube that is already used for fetal surgeries. According to Northwestern, once the probe makes contact with the fetus, it can reliably track heart rate, blood oxygen levels, and temperature, giving surgeons a clearer picture of what's going on and allowing them to act faster in cases of fetal distress. In a newly published study, Northwestern says the probe is the smallest platform developed to date that is capable of accurately measuring vital signs. Mai Martinez, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
There's a charged suburban man for failing to report a deadly motor vehicle crash and then leaving the scene. Des Plaines police say Christian Antonio Vargas was the driver of a Ford Focus when a motorcycle traveling at a high rate of speed collided with him. Investigators say Vargas then got out of the car and ran away. The crash happened on Elmhurst Road near LaSalle in July. The 31-year-old motorcyclist was pronounced dead at the scene of the crash. Well, temperatures really not budging through the week. When will it get warmer? We're going to talk to AccuWeather about that coming up. It's 5:13.
I'm Cisco Cotto.
And I'm Mai Martinez.
Finally, people are waking up. Now, the 2A people, Second Amendment people, I call them 2A, the real 2A people, the real ones, not the white supremacists that want to take your stuff and sell you meth. Not those guys. The ones, I seen some of those guys when I was out west, man. You should go, people should travel and see these things, right? If you think Chicago's bad in our ghettos, go out west and see some of these towns, these meth towns. They're called meth towns. It's all meth. Meth, fentanyl, and then they're run by these white supremacists out there. It's all white supremacists out there, man. It's all white supremacists out there. You can say, oh, I'm not a white supremacist. I live out west. Man, I know I travel a lot. I got some stories to tell I haven't told about out there, man. But yeah, there's a lot of white supremacists in our society. Right? And they want to dismantle the government. Just like the anarchists, right? But alt-left, are they really anarchists? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that plans out. But both groups now want to dismantle our society, right? They want to take over. Why? Because they want to do what they want to do. They don't want to do what's right by the people. So they'll let Bonivo, or whatever his name is, right? That Italian guy, the liar, right? I like the guy. I'm gonna say I like Bonivo. But he lied. He lied about this incident. He said the guy tried to kill his agents. So that's a liar, right? But I like his tactics, right? We should have tough guys like that, but you shouldn't lie, right? And that's the problem. He just lied. So what did Trump do? He yanked them out of Minneapolis, right? Trump fires people, don't he?
Personal touches abound from
right? Remember the show The Apprentice? Fired? Right? That's what just happened, right? So we have this now, does juxtaposition where we have two successive white 80-year-old presidents that are being controlled by people that we didn't elect.
15, the AccuWeather 5-day forecast sponsored by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. And here's meteorologist Brian Thompson.
Well, Lisa, breezy, frigid night in store tonight. We will have some clouds moving in, a low of 6 degrees tonight. That'll be early tonight, and then temperatures will rise into the teens late. Now, AccuWeather real field temperatures will still be well below zero. And as we head through the day for tomorrow, we will have a blustery, very cold day with clouds and some sun, a high of 14. Partly cloudy, brisk, and cold tomorrow night, a low of 2. High of 14 on Wednesday with intervals of clouds and sun, and just not much change into Thursday and Friday. Now, as we will see more clouds and sun on Thursday, a high of 12. And then as we head into Friday, there could be a couple of, maybe even a snow shower or two around. Otherwise, a mix of sun and clouds, high just 14 degrees. It is 7 right now at O'Hare, 6 at Midway, 7 in Hoffman Estates, 9 at the lakefront, going down to 6 tonight. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson.
All right, Brian, it is 5:16. Time to find your next Porsche and PorscheLincolnwood.com. Time for sports now, and here's the scores. Chris Emma.
Thank you, Lisa. January 26th marks a special date in Chicago sports history, one that brought the city its first Super Bowl title. Came 40 years ago today down in New Orleans. The Bears blasted the Patriots 46-10. There's so many moments shining through that championship run, and certainly from that memorable day at the Superdome. But one that stands out the most came late in the third quarter of a game well in hand. Jimmy Mann handed off to his 335-pound fullback, best known as the Fridge.
That one registered 3.8. Another Super Bowl record, the first refrigerator to score. And the largest running back ever to score a touchdown.
The late, great Dick Enberg on the call for NBC. The matchup is set for Super Bowl 60. It'll be the Patriots and the Seahawks battling in the Bay Area. The Pats held on for a 10-7 victory over the Broncos in a snow-covered AFC title game. The Seahawks outraced the Rams 31-27 for a win in the NFC Championship. This is a rematch of Super Bowl 49. The Patriots won that game 28-24 down in Phoenix. Elsewhere in the NFL, the Bears have another Pro Bowler. Deshaun Wright was selected for the first time in his career. He's replacing Quinyon Mitchell of the Eagles. Wright will join Bears teammates Joe Thuney, Drew Tallman, and Kevin Byard at the Pro Bowl. In the NBA, the Bulls welcome the Lakers to the West Side. That's a 7 o'clock start. Perhaps it's LeBron James' final game in Chicago. Tune it to 670 the score for the call. The Blackhawks fell 5-1 to the defending champion Panthers last night. They'll skate with the Wild tomorrow night in St. Paul. With sports at 16:46, I'm Chris Emma of 670 the score for News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
All right, Chris, 5:18. Traffic now sponsored by Matrix Basements. news, and here's Neil Fiorito.
All right, guys, we've had some trouble spots, but it sounds like most of them are clearing. For example, the Stevenson inbound at the Dan Ryan, a vehicle fire we have blocking the exit ramp to the outbound side of the Ryan has cleared. Traffic delays continue past Damon to the ramp, a 31-minute ride inbound. Your ride outbound's about 30 to Cicero. That's the Midway exit. 45 to the Tri-State and 55 minutes to the Veterans Tollway. The Dan Ryan remains heavy coming in from 76 to Marquette. Crash in that area cleared. Your lanes are back open. 23 inbound, your ride outbound about a half hour to the split. The Bishop Ford on the way out, slowing from 111 to Sibley, but some relief coming now. The road work we've had there for a while looks to be gone. Looks like the lanes are back open again. Still about a 22-minute ride out to 8094 from the Dan Ryan. On the tollways, Route 390, our delay eastbound approaching Route 83. That's a stall that continues to block the left center lane. In the northwest suburbs, no complaints on Route 53 as you drive to the southwest burbs, just to back up on I-80 westbound between Briggs and Center. 80, 94, 94, 65, the toll road, all good in northwest Indiana. Back to the expressways now on your highest travel time on the Eisenhower. 57 out and 57 in from the Jane Addams into the Jane Byrne interchange. Traffic sponsored by Matrix Basements. Still watching the big game in a cramped living room? Let Matrix Basements transform your downstairs into the ultimate fan zone. Custom bars, home theaters, they build it all. Visit matrixbasements.com today. Your next report's at 528, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
AccuWeather says tonight partly cloudy and frigid, a low of 6. Tomorrow, blustery, another cold day, kind of the same with a high of 14. That's what looks like the rest of the week here. Real feels on Friday look below 0 as well. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday kind of look all the same with temperatures in the teens. Right now, single digits across the board. 7 at O'Hare, 8 Lakefront. It's 520. Our top story this hour, the Chicago Archdiocese has fired a teacher with a long list of aliases and child abuse allegations. WBBM's Andy Dane's going to have much more on this story coming up at 5:31. Brain damage getting the blame for a famous Chicago-born rapper's controversial comment.
The former Kanye West put a full-page ad in the Wall Street Journal apologizing to people he's hurt. It's all about his behavior over the past few years, especially seeming to excuse Nazism. Ye says it all happened after a car crash that almost killed him 25 years ago. Says he has brain damage from the crash. In the ad, Ye says, I lost touch with reality. Things got worse the longer I ignored the problem. I said and did things I deeply regret. West says the brain damage does not excuse what I did, though. I'm not a Nazi or an anti-Semite. I love Jewish people. Ye says he's been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Cisco Cotto, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
It's 5:21. Time for healthy eating.
Consuming certain foods before working out can provide needed energy. However, the timing of when to eat can be tricky. I'm Dr. Hamie Choi from Loyola Medicine with Healthy Eating. The timing of your pre-workout meal hinges on individual preferences and the type of exercise planned. Consuming a balanced meal 2 to 3 hours before exercise provides ample time for digestion. This timing ensures that nutrients are readily available during the workout. For those with time constraints, a smaller snack 30 to 60 minutes before exercising can be a practical solution. Opt for easily digestible options such as a banana or Greek yogurt with berries. For more information, go to loyolamedicine.org/nutrition. I'm Dr. Hamie Choi for News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card.
So, Kanye West says he has brain damage. That's why he was doing the Nazi stuff. I don't know about that one, man. I think he's seen a loss in business. That's why he changed his tune. So, I'll talk in a second.
This weekend's massive ice and snowstorm, followed by today's brutal Arctic cold across much of the nation, putting pressure on U.S. power grids. That's raising the risk of blackouts just as demand for heating picks up and as natural gas futures today shot up another 20%. Also, the FAA says it'll likely be Wednesday before the nation's airlines are close to a back-to-normal schedule, with nearly 6,000 flights canceled just today. But Wall Street had a good day. Stocks higher on anticipation of big-name earnings this week from Apple, GM, ExxonMobil, and more, and a decision from the Federal Reserve on Wednesday about interest rates, although no change is expected. The Dow today up 314 points, the Nasdaq up 100, the S&P added 35, and gold and silver both at fresh record highs. But it was a dismal weekend at the U.S. box office, with good reason. ComScore says 250 theaters were closed in 30 states because of that winter storm. With business at 23 and 53 from the Bloomberg Newsroom, Tom Busby, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
We've got a stall on Route 390 in the northwest suburbs. We're going to check in on your evening commute with Neil coming up.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well...
So Kanye West says he's not a Nazi anymore. Why? He was riding the wave. He wanted to be a Nazi, and he wanted to be with those white supremacist bricks, right? So he was saying that stupid shit. He thought he was okay. And then he's a billionaire, and he understands that, he can't be a Nazi because people don't like Nazis. We kind of got rid of them in World War II. My grandpa taught me who Nazis are. I can tell real fast by what they say. I'll tell you this. 70% of the comments on my page this morning on Facebook and Twitter are from Nazis. They were white supremacist Nazis, or you were brainwashed by Nazis to repeat their crap. Yeah, you need to wake up, man. You need to wake up. You need to watch yourselves. I can handle myself. I ain't afraid of no Nazi. And I ain't afraid of an Antifa, and I ain't afraid of no anarchists either. I ain't afraid of none of them people. See, we're getting all confused with some of these things, and you need to, the viewers, need to buckle up, because we might be going into bad things. That's what I'm trying to say here. You, the viewers, don't get tricked by people are trying to trick you. Got that? Think for yourselves. I always told you guys. What do I say? I don't care about no followers, man. People think I do this shit for clickbait, followers, blah, blah, blah. I could care less about that stuff. I've been doing this for over 20 years. I got pictures of the Chicago police putting cocaine in their trunk in the 80s, man. Chicago police officers putting cocaine in their trunk. I got pictures of that. They're somewhere hidden in a vault somewhere. Yeah, I ain't up on that shit. I believe in law and order. I believe you should do the right thing. I don't believe you should be ripping people off. You want to be a drug dealer? I don't care what you do. When you come into my lane, now you're in trouble. Now you're infecting me, my family, and my community. You want to be a drug dealer? Do your thing. You want to be some white supremacist? Go to Idaho, live on a mountain, right? Even that didn't help Randy Weaver, did it? Did it? You see this? What's happening? We're in the middle of a thing that I talked to with my wife about today. There's manipulation tactics going on, right? Trump fired Bovino. That's what just happened. Do you know there's posts over there? Trump is a traitor. Do you know now there's posts on the internet saying Trump is a traitor. You know that? Who are these people? Look at their accounts. Look who they are. If they're your neighbor, ask, what do you read? Who do you read? Where are you getting your information from? Again, I'm live feeding right now. You're watching the sunset right in front of you. This is live. I'm in Chicago. I ain't in Dubai. I ain't in Bangkok. I ain't in Saudi Arabia. I ain't in Beijing. I'm on the south side of Chicago. In my car. Using my money, paying for my gas, using my internet. Using my name. Using a registered name for that news aggregate that raised his children in Chicago, that grew up in Chicago. That's me. That's what you're watching. You're not watching some dude. You're not watching some dude from Dubai. You want to see that guy again? Here, let me show you this guy. Let me show you this guy. I'm going to show you one more time before the 5:30 news comes up, okay? Now I'm going to show you this guy, right? These are the guys that are influencing our society, especially people who are uneducated, who are scared because they see these people shooting people, right? That's a scare. Think about this. We're watching the government execute people on our city streets, and people are making excuses for that. I don't know why you would do that. I don't know what kind of a person you are to make that kind of weird thing. You must be extremely scared of the government to make an excuse for the government that kills people. I'm going to show you one more time. Remember I showed you this guy? This guy's an enemy of our country. See this guy here? That guy. This guy right here. You can go to his page. He's an enemy of our country. This man right here, he's the enemy of our country. He doesn't live in our country. He lives in Dubai. He's not an American citizen. Yet he talks about our country. Do you see this? What he does? You want to see his page? I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to teach you guys this, right? Because that's what I am. I'm a teacher. And then we're going to listen to the news. Well, let's listen to the news. That guy. This guy. You got to watch for him. You got that? He's not an inventor. See that there? That's the guy you need to watch out for.
Here on the top stories on News Radio WBBM.
This is Andy Dane. A teacher with a long history of sexual abuse allegations is fired by the Archdiocese of Chicago.
This is Brandon Eisen. A science-based nonprofit calls on Illinois lawmakers to strengthen regulations amid a data center boom.
Top Border Patrol agent Gregory Bovino and some of his agents are expected to leave Minneapolis tomorrow. And more U.S. military power arrives in the Middle East as the world watches Iran crack down on anti-government protesters. In sports, Bulls host LeBron James and the Lakers at the UC tonight, and business.
More gains to kick off the new week on Wall Street. The Dow today up 314 points. The Nasdaq 100 points higher. The S&P up 35. I'm Tom Busby at Bloomberg.
Partly cloudy, 7 degrees now at 5:31. A teacher accused of child abuse in Illinois, Indiana, and elsewhere has now been fired by the Archdiocese of Chicago.
Brett Smith had spent the past 16 months working in a number of area Catholic schools as a substitute teacher, including St. Walter St. Benedict, Pope John Paul II School, and Queen of Martyrs in Evergreen Park. The Archdiocese says they are not aware of sexual misconduct allegations in any of those schools, but a family in the south suburbs has now accused Smith of misconduct while working as a tutor in their home. In 2022, Smith faced similar accusations from numerous families in Arizona and is believed to have been tied to nearly a dozen other incidents in Illinois and Indiana before legally changing his name from Brett Zagorak to Brett Smith. He's also gone by B.J. Smith and B.J. Wilhelm. A statement from the Archdiocese says, in part, we regret this individual has been in several of our schools and are deeply committed to providing a safe environment for all of our students. Andy Dane, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Higher property taxes in Chicago are always a hot topic, and now they've fueled new interest in the election for Cook County Assessor.
Fritz Kagi has been the assessor since 2019, and his office has been on the receiving end of criticism over those double-digit percentage increases in assessed home values on the west and south sides. He accuses his Democratic rival, Pat Hines, of taking hundreds of thousands of dollars from property tax appeal lawyers and real estate developers.
Property tax lawyers profit from corporate tax cuts that make our homeowners here in Chicago and Cook County pay more.
A Hines spokesperson responded in part by calling Kagi a hypocrite, noting he accepts donations from many of the same interests. We asked the incumbent about that.
I will take donations from people who own real estate in Cook County.
Hines describes the incumbent's attacks this way.
The incumbent is trying to distract from his poor performance with this nonsensical accusation.
Hines is the Lyons Township assessor and the nephew of the late former county assessor, Tom Hines. We're in the loop. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9. WBBM.
As Illinois experiences a data center boom, a group of scientists now say legislation is needed to protect the average consumer.
The Union of Concerned Scientists, a national nonprofit, is hoping that Illinois lawmakers will introduce legislation this spring, encouraging the development of more clean energy sources to help address some pushback from residents over pollution and high energy costs. A new report from the UCS also recommends a requirement that data centers pay the full cost of their effect on the electrical grid, shielding other customers from sharing the burden. The report indicates that data centers will account for up to 64% of electricity demand growth in Illinois by 2030. Brandon Eisen, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
5:33 now to the latest in Minneapolis as top Border Patrol official Gregory Ravino and some of his agents are expected to leave the city tomorrow. The move comes after President Trump announced he was dispatching White House border czar Tom Homan to the city in the wake of Saturday's deadly shooting of an anti-ICE protester. This is the second deadly shooting of a protester by federal authorities in Minneapolis. Administration officials were reportedly left deeply frustrated this weekend over how Bavino and Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem handled the killing of Alex Preddy. Sources say Bavino only made matters worse by claiming Preddy intended to, quote, massacre federal agents. And the White House, meantime, is placing blame for Preddy's killing.
Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said the president doesn't want to see anyone hurt on U.S. streets.
Let's be clear about the circumstances which led to that moment on Saturday.
And quickly pointed a finger.
This tragedy occurred as a result of a deliberate and hostile resistance by Democrat leaders in Minnesota.
She said as a result of Governor Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Frey actively defying immigration laws.
2 Minnesotans have now tragically lost their lives.
Stacey Layden, CBS News, Washington.
And there are new legal efforts to halt immigration enforcement in Minnesota.
U.S. District Judge Catherine Menendez is considering whether to grant requests by the state of Minnesota and the cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul to temporarily halt the Trump administration's immigration operation that has now resulted in 2 deaths. The judge also questioned the government's motivation behind the crackdown and expressed skepticism about a Trump administration letter to the governor of Minnesota asking for access to voter rolls, state Medicaid, food assistance records, and for the state to repeal sanctuary policies. Minnesota's Attorney General Keith Ellison says the crackdown is disproportionate to the state's immigration numbers and is politically motivated.
This is not about fraud, and it's not even about immigration, and it's certainly not about law enforcement. It's about handing over documents of the state of Minnesota, private information, including voting information, to the federal government. That's what this is about.
I'm Lisa Dwyer.
More U.S. military power has arrived in the Middle East, as we hear from correspondent Cammie McCormick.
The USS Abraham Lincoln and 3 warships have arrived in the region. They're in the Indian Ocean, not the Arabian Sea, which borders Iran. But President Trump had said the ships were being sent to the region just in case. They bring thousands of additional service members. The U.S. Central Command says they're there to promote regional security and stability.
Last week, President Trump said he had, quote, a massive fleet headed to Iran just in case he wants to take any action. Coming up in a minute, low gas prices, traffic, and weather together. It's 5:36.
Protect your loved ones from severe cold.
This ain't no news station. Why you on here, bitch? You ain't a... Why you on here? What the fuck? Here. See, here, wait, let me videotape this so I get this right. Let me videotape it because I'm going to post this on Twitter or TikTok. I don't know where. Take a look, everybody. Robert Wheezy, probably a fake profile. Probably a dude from China. Let's videotape this. I'm going to videotape this crap, right? All right, let's videotape how weird people are. You probably follow this dude, right? You probably follow him, right, bro? Here, you probably follow that guy. You think that guy's your news guy, right? Let's get this over here. You probably follow him, right? Right, Robert Wheezy? Robert Wheezy, you follow him, right? A man who lives in Dubai, who's Australian and Palestinian, who don't live in America. But yet he says he's 24/7 news. And what does he talk about? You want to see? Want to see what he talks about? Oh, wait, he's talking about Australia today. Maybe he switched it. Oh, how does he get DHS information? How does he get it? Robert, how does he get information about the United States of America when he lives in Dubai, my brother? You want another guy? I'll show you another guy. There was another guy. I forget his name. I blocked him. Is that where you get your news from? This guy? This traitor to our country who terrorizes our society with some bullshit from Dubai? Is that what you do, Mr. Robert Weezy? This ain't no news station. Brother, I'm in Chicago, bro. Where are you at? I'm in Chicago, brother. You're... Why do you come on my page except to disrupt? Do you see, everybody? That's what I want to teach everybody here, right? That this guy, Robert Weezy, right here, look, Robert Nawal from Dubai is talking about Minneapolis. Why? Why would a guy from Dubai talk about Minneapolis? So he can trick guys like Robert Weezy. If he's an American, Robert Weezy might not even be an American. See that there? Look, this guy, that guy right there, he's not from America. He's broadcasting from Dubai about what happened in Minneapolis, and then he says that he knows things. Right? There you go. What did he write? A coordinated campaign of violence against law enforcement. What? What? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You see that there? You see this here? What this guy writes? And then he steals videos from people, right? And then young people in America think it's cool, so they do the same bullshit he does, right? Look, I'm in Chicago. I'm on a roof. That's the sunset in front of you. That's where I'm at. Right, Mr. Robert Weezy? Right, Mr. Robert Weezy? You're no different than the drug dealers, the criminals, the rapists, and the pedophiles. Right? You're part of that group. You're part of that group. See you later, Mr. Robert Weezy. There you go. Alrighty. Let's listen some radio calls and let's get out of here. Those guys give me a headache, man. Hey, why you get on my page, man? It's weird, right, Ms. Zedor? What are those people? Weirdos, man. They stay out of my sphere, man. Don't come on my page. I was working on that Jizzy, the Kanye West story, right? I can't get. I'll post that later, right? Whatever. Let's get on. Let's do some radio calls. Those guys give me a headache. Why you come on my page, man? Get law. Think about this. If you don't like somebody, why would you go to their page? This is not news. What do you mean it's not news? There's the sunset. That's news. Now look at that beautiful sunset. It's a clear night. Imagine how sick of a person you have to be. Mentally, they're like those Bangladeshis. They're like those Muslims who come on your page and steal from you, right? Those fake Facebook accounts. The ones that steal, but yet in Muslim, when you steal, you know what happens when you steal in Muslim countries, right? But yet they're Muslim stealing from people. Or the Nigerians who steal from Americans, right? Those are the same types of people. Pea-brains. You got small brains, right? We've been around for a little while, Americans. I think we can tell those people that are harming us, right? And this is some radio calls. And we're going to do a little driving around. I'm tired of that stuff. Why you come on my page, man? Stay off. I don't care. I'm doing my live feed. You don't like it, get lost, right? It's weird. It's weird that people do that. It's a very strange behavior. It's a mental disease. There's studies on that stuff, right? Let's see. It's 5:40, so we'll go back to 4:40 maybe. Maybe we'll go right here. Let's listen to some radio calls. Oh man, I don't have my.
Upper is going to be 07809, lower 07810. 3215.
Those are the people who want to disarm you. They want to take your stuff. Got that? They want to steal everything you own. They want to remove people, and they want you to be shot by the cops in the middle of the street. There you go. Stealing cars right there in Chicago. Right? That's what you got. They want you to be distracted from the truth. They want to steal your stuff.
Alright, you got a description of the vehicle or replacement?
Yeah, the first one's going to be a black Acura MDX SUV Z27400. Second one's a silver Ford Explorer. Plate is David Mary 20648.
Okay, and you guys are 1021 Lakeshore Drive, right?
Correct.
Okay, we'll call it in.
4724.
4724.
Can I get an event for Homeland check, Midway Airport?
Midway is 07840. 07840.
99, thank you.
Houston 16 to send the citywide multiple calls for shots fired 78th and Eberhart. We're getting 79th and Eberhart, 78th and Rose. Caller heard 10 shots, unknown of injuries. None reported at this time.
7383 Charles.
83 Charlie.
Squad, another VIN number for 79th and the red line.
07889. 07889.
What was that VIN number again? I'm sorry.
No problem. 07889. Units in 11 citywide, a battery in progress, California and Harrison. California and Harrison. By the basketball court, there was a male black beating up another male black with a baseball bat. One of them had on a black coat, gray hoodie, and Timberland boots. The other one's wearing all black. Nothing further zone 10.
7373.
7373.
Nice, VIN number 469, red line.
Units in 11 citywide, a battery in progress, California and Harrison. California and Harrison. By the basketball court, there was a male black beating up another male black with a baseball bat. One of them had on a black coat, gray hoodie, and Timberland boots. The other one's wearing all black. Nothing further zone 10.
There you go. That's the distraction from the what's happening, right?
Alright, take 07931. 07931.
Yes, what, thanks.
Yeah.
5703 on Citywide 1.
5703.
I'm at 59th and State, just on view of a car run a red light and T-bone another car. I got two cars involved. Not sure if anyone's injured yet. Can you send a car and an ambulance? What was that event number again? I'm sorry.
No problem. 07889.
Careful.
Units in 11 citywide, a battery in progress, California and Harrison. California and Harrison. By the basketball court, there was a male black beating up another male black with a baseball bat. One of them had on a black coat, gray hoodie, and Timberland boots. The other one's wearing all black. Nothing further zone 10.
7373.
7373.
Beating somebody with a baseball bat. California Harrison on the basketball court.
Alright, take 07931. 07931.
Yes, what, thanks.
Yeah.
5703 on Citywide 1.
This is a crash.
I'm at 59th and State, just on view of a car run a red light and T-bone another car. I got two cars involved. Not sure if anyone's injured yet. Can you send a car and an ambulance over?
Sure, 10-4. We'll get them rolling. 59 and State.
7388 Charlie.
88 Charlie?
Do we have another event number? Illinois Medical District Blue License platform?
Alright, the platform is 07959. 07959.
Oh, thanks. 3216.
3216.
Yeah, I'm on the second crash over here. Where 15 is at. I'm going to need a number for 99, Adam.
Alright, what address are we using?
You can go like 1031.
Alright, in 99, what you said?
99, Adam.
What was that?
Okay, that's going to get you, John King, 128.
59th and State, right?
249.
7373.
Let's listen to that, right?
That's the number 469, red line.
right, take 07931. 07931.
That's what, thanks.
You want
5703 on Citywide 1.
5703.
I'm at 59th and State, just on view of a car run a red light and T-bone another car. I got 2 cars involved. Not sure if anyone's injured yet. Can you send a car and ambulance over?
Sure, 10-4. We'll get them rolling. 59th and State.
7388 Charlie.
88 Charlie.
Do we have another event number, Northern Medical District Blue Line, please? Platform.
All right, the platform is 07959. 07959.
What, thanks. 3216.
3216.
Yeah, I'm on the second crash over here, where 15 is at. I'm going to need a number for 99 Adam.
All right, what address are we using?
You can go like 1031.
All right, in 99, where you said?
99 Adam.
All right, 16, that's going to get you John King, 128249. 128249. The event is 07970. 07970.
7383 David.
83 David.
Again, event number for the red line stays at platform.
Now your platform check is...
Car is T-boned at 59th and State.
7383 Adam.
83 Adam.
Can I please get event number for 15 West 95, the red line?
Sure, it's 08001. 08001.
73
86 Eddie. Sorry, half hour where? Alright, that's going to be 08007. 08007.
397 Adam.
97 Adam.
Can I get 2 numbers, upper or lower at Clark and Lee?
Alright, upper is 08014. Lower is 08016. Do I have any sort cars available for the 24th district? They're asking for a sort car.
4600.
4600.
What do you have?
I got 2430 Adam requesting a sort car to 6000 North Kenmore for a domestic with a male inside, possibly with a handgun.
99. See if 03 or 05 are available.
4603?
4605. We're on our way.
Alright, 4605, 10-4.
1395 Charlie.
95 Charlie.
Take 2 at Roosevelt, upper and lower.
Alright, upper is 08042. Lower is 08043.
4750.
4750.
Hey, you have one of the K9 units just ahead that way, just in case, for the domestic with sort.
Alright, 10-4. An available can unit to respond over to 6000 North Kenmore. Is there an available can unit out now to help out 6000 North on Kenmore?
4724, clear on my box for now.
Alright, 24-10-4.
Ready to go. Let's go.
7388 Charlie.
Maybe we'll check out this crash.
Check Blue Line Davis.
That is 08062. 08062.
395 boy.
7395 boy.
Oh, you guys see this downtown pic? There, I forgot to show
Upper
you. So this
is
is a good picture.
08070. Lower is 08073.
And it's clear. You can take a screenshot of this. Yeah, I'm really from Chicago. I ain't blogging about America from Dubai, and I'm a Palestinian. And I ain't from like Louisiana or Alabama saying that I know about ICE in Minneapolis. Yeah, I ain't that way, man. Here, I'll show you where I'm at. That's Chicago. That's downtown Chicago. And it's live feeding right now. This is where I'm at. You got that? You see that there? Yeah, I'm from Chicago reporting about Chicago. I live here. I'm an American citizen. My children are American citizens. My wife, she's a green card holder. She's an immigrant, so I kind of know about immigrants too. There you go. That's who we are. SubX.News. Yeah, we ain't fake from Dubai. Yeah, we ain't posting stuff that says, oh yeah, obey with a gun at a protest when I'm pro Second Amendment. Yeah, we ain't those guys. Think about that stuff. That's our theme. Today's theme from my transcript is opposites don't attract. When you're pro-gun, saying that you can't have a gun and the ICE people have a right to shoot you, you got to think that person who says that, there are two things. They're either somebody who's manipulating our society, it's a psyop, or they're severely brainwashed. They're severely brainwashed to a point of probably you can't fix it. Just like Yi just said, he had a car accident and he apologized for making Nazi statements. Why? Because he wants to be a billionaire. He knows what Yi did. He knows what he said was wrong. That he put swastikas up. Remember when Kanye West did that stuff? Yeah, I almost supported him there. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm supporting the guy who puts up swastikas, man. Remember when Yi did that? Yeah, he's learned his lesson. Not to be associated with white supremacist Nazis, man.
And the blue is...
And anyone who tells you, one more time, if they tell you, obey or get shot in the back, that's a Nazi. That's what Nazis do. They shoot you in the back. That's what Nazis do. Period. So do communists. Communists, Stalins, they do that. Mao's do that. Pol Pot's do that. There's a lot of types of people who do that. But one of the main people who do that are Nazis. They shoot people in the back of the head and in the back. And when somebody says obey or get shot, you want to stay way away from those type of people. Please unfriend me from whatever platforms I'm on and you're watching me on. I don't want to be associated with you.
2 people shot, her and her friend. They're in a white GMC, both tickets details. To follow the district
2 people shot. I got to look that up. What just happened?
88.
Oh, we just got a shooting call, right? We're going to go check that. All right, we got to check that. Wait up. Hold on, man. See, I got to concentrate on our work, right?
I'm at you 08235. 08235. Units in the 12th district and units in citywide. We have a theft in progress at 1101 West Jackson Boulevard, the Target store. Again, that's 1101 West Jackson Boulevard, the Target store. You said Charlie and David, right? Okay, the green is 08201, and the blue is 08203. Units in the 12th district and units in citywide. We have a theft in progress at 1101 West Jackson Boulevard, the Target store. Again, that's 1101 West Jackson Boulevard, the Target store. There's a female, white, with tattoos on both hands, wearing a black beanie with a black coat and black pants. She's stealing and placing certain items inside of her book bag. Nothing further. Units in 16 to send a citywide person shot, 8500.
White female with tattoos on her hands stealing from the Target store, 11 West Jackson.
Units in the 12th district and units in citywide. We have a theft in progress at 1101 West Jackson Boulevard.
That's over on that's the Fulton Market, right? Over there. You know which one? That's along the highway there, right? And we're going to listen to this shots fired call too, right? 2 people shot, it sounds like. But I'm posting this one here. Thanks for having your patience with me. Then we'll listen to 6 o'clock. Yeah, please unfriend me. Please don't watch me. I don't need to be associated with white supremacists and killers. I don't want to be associated with that. I tell that to the leftists too. Don't friend me. Don't comment on my page. I don't want to be associated with that type of activity. I want to keep away from that stuff, right? I'm not interested in viewers that think it's okay to kill people, man. That's not what I'm about, man. All right, and then we're going to listen to the shooting call here, right? Next. There's a shooting call that just happened, right? Guys just heard it? It's funny how people say, oh, I used to watch it. You said this and I'm going to friend you, but you got all the stuff that you liked before about my page, right? It shows you the backstabbing nature of our society, too. There's no loyalty. There's no reciprocal loyalty. I never asked for that. Someone posted on my Twitter page, oh, do you remember who helped you when you lost your job at Hyde Park? I said, no one helped me at Hyde Park. None. No one ever helped me. No one called me. No one did. So I'm not foolish about who's my friends in society. I'm on my own, man. I do my own thing. All right, we got to get that shots called, man. Where did that go now? I lost it. Yeah, because my phone jumped on me. Where was the 2 girls shot? It was 2 girls shot, right? What time did it happen? Oh, I'm trying to get to that call now. Let's see where it's at on my phone. I gotta get me another phone. That's what I need to do. $440. We gotta go to 440. That's when the shooting call happened.
You said Charlie and David, right? Okay, the green is 08201, and the blue is 08203.
And now it's the stealing call.
$2386 Adams.
Houston 16 Citywide cameras of South Progress 6139 West Byron basement.
Units in the 12th district and units in
7388 Charlie.
88 Charlie.
We have a station check.
Units in 16 is on a citywide person shot, 8500 South Aberdeen. We're Units in 16 is on a citywide person shot, 8500 South Aberdeen. We're also getting 8506 South Aberdeen. Caller says there may be 2 people shot, her and her friend. They're in a white GMC. Both tickets details to follow. 6 district zone 8.
7388 Charlie.
88 Charlie.
We have a
After a call with President Trump, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry says an unspecified number of federal immigration agents will leave the city beginning tomorrow. CBS's
8506 Aberdeen, possibly 2 girls shot.
Essentially known as the White House border czar, going into Minneapolis to not only oversee operations when it comes to those ongoing immigration operations, but then the broader Trump administration goal of rooting out alleged fraud in blue states, beginning with Minnesota.
CBS's Camila Montoya Galvez reports.
Some officials at the Department of Homeland Security, including ICE and Border Patrol, are growing increasingly concerned about some of the allegations and comments that Secretary Kristi Noem of DHS and other top Trump administration officials have made in relation to the shooting of Alex over the weekend.
The storm, blamed for at least 19 deaths in several states, has been moving off the northeast coast. The southern plains is still frozen, and in Blythewood, South Carolina, this midwife had to take a chance when a client went into labor.
Navigating these roads have been pretty crazy. My car was covered in ice, so it took me a while to even get out of the house, and just coming down the road has been pretty slick.
CBS's Jason Allen in Oklahoma.
3 inches of ice and snow all packed down, so that makes travel very difficult. The impact it has in cities here like Oklahoma City and is further to the south in Texas, a lot of stuff is still just shut down, right? Schools are closed, offices are closed.
The University of Mississippi has canceled classes this week due to ice and power outages. Health officials say major data gaps in CDC measles surveillance are hampering the response to the largest U.S. outbreak in more than 30 years. CBS News medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder.
Imagine trying to stop a measles outbreak, but the data that tells you who's vaccinated and who's not is months out of date. That's the situation researchers uncovered when they reviewed CDC data in 2025. A team led by Professor Janet Freelich, a law professor at Boston University, audited the CDC's public data catalog.
Looking for a cool job? The British Antarctic Survey is looking for people to help keep their research stations running. No science degree required. Rothera Deputy Station Operations Manager Mike Bryan.
We need chefs, we need vehicle operators, we need boat handlers,
We need mountaineers to help people move around safely. We need plumbers, we need joiners, we need builders.
This is CBS News.
Real crimes, real justice. Follow and listen to 48 Hours on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, let's get going. We're going to that Aberdeen shooting or what?
When you're hiring.
Is that where we're going to go? What do you guys think? All right, let's go down. How far south is that? 85th in Aberdeen. I got to get on the highway maybe over here. All right, let's go check it. We're going to go down to Aberdeen, all right?
That place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away.
Sorry, I got something in front of my face. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates. Yeah, you're in Chicago. We're not in Dubai. We're not in Dubai.
Analysis finds that many are optimistic about the months ahead, though there are still challenges. CBS's Cammie McCormick reports. This survey from the National Association for Business Economics finds companies are cautiously optimistic. More than half expect sales to increase, and most say labor shortages are not a problem, even though they're not necessarily hiring. Survey analyst Lester Jones.
Pretty much people are sticking with what they have. It's just kind of this no hire, no fire environment.
Nearly 73% of respondents said they were optimistic about AI's impact on their business. Cammie McCormick, CBS News.
With the winter storm blanketing a large swath of the country, Hollywood had its quietest weekend of the year at the box office. The sci-fi thriller received a throned Avatar Fire and Ash from the #1 spot with $11.2 million in North America. Hundreds of theaters were forced to close due to the storm spreading from Texas to Maine. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 105.9 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
6:05, Monday, the 26th day of January. Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Lisa Fielding. Single digits across the board right now, 7 at O'Hare. That's kind of the story the rest of the week. Some sun and clouds, but very cold. Highs not breaking through past the teens. We're going to have the AccuWeather 5-day forecast coming up at 6:15. But first, attorneys for a woman who was shot and wounded by a Border Patrol agent in Chicago last year, bringing her case back to court.
A newly filed motion by the attorney who represents Marimar Martinez calls for federal authorities to release body cam footage, photos, and various forms of electronic communications tied to the incident in early October in which a U.S. Customs and Border Patrol agent shot Martinez in Brighton Park. The Department of Homeland Security had claimed that Martinez boxed agents in with her car. She denied those allegations, and in November, federal prosecutors dropped charges against her. Still, Martinez's attorney says she has been labeled as a domestic terrorist. The motion also cites the shootings of Renee Good and Alex Preddy in Minnesota and argues, quote, Ms. Martinez believes certain information disclosed in her case would be useful for both the public and elected officials regarding how DHS responds in cases where their agents use deadly force against U.S. citizens. Andy Dane, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Meantime, the deadly shooting of a second civilian by ICE agents in Minneapolis has now sparked a new debate over the future of the country's lead immigration agency.
Democrats Dick Durbin and Tammy Duckworth say they will both vote no on a budget bill that includes funding for the Department of Homeland Security, which oversees ICE. The announcement follows the shooting death Saturday of Alex Preddy by federal agents in Minneapolis. The country could face another potential shutdown if the bill is not approved by Friday. Governor Pritzker, Mayor Johnson, and others have called for ICE to be abolished over the agency's actions in Chicago, Minneapolis, and elsewhere. Last Thursday, reporters in Chicago asked Durbin if he agreed.
I haven't quite reached that moment.
We've asked his spokesperson if he now has. They have not responded. But Republican Don Tracy, who's running to succeed Durbin in the Senate, says ICE agents are doing their jobs.
They're only having the problem in cities where you have irresponsible Democrat leaders inciting professional protesters.
Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9. WBBM.
2 people were injured in an apartment fire in Chicago's West Ridge neighborhood this morning.
Firefighters used multiple ladders to rescue 4 people from the burning 3-story building on Toohey near Western. The department says they think the fire started on the first floor at around 1 a.m. and spread to the second floor, sending smoke into the frigid air. 2 people suffered minor injuries in the fire, and 20 people, including 2 children, now need to find another place to stay. Nancy Hardy, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
It is 6:08. Time to check in on the roads now. Traffic and weather together on the 8s. Watching.
We're gonna go. How far is Aberdeen from where I'm at? Let's go down there and check out that shooting scene. Right? We'll go down there. 2 girls shot in an SUV down on Aberdeen.
Or LaSalle, DeSable Lakeshore Drive northbound. You're heavy from Navy Pier to Chicago. Looking at the tollways, no major problems for the Tri-State, the Reagan, or the Veterans. The Jane Addams westbound, though, you are jammed from Lee Street to Elmhurst Road. That's due to a stall in the right lane. The
7397 Adams. 1395 Charlie.
Do I have any SOAR cars available for the 24th district? They're asking for a SOAR car. Unison 16 is on a citywide person shot, 8500 South Aberdeen. We're also getting 8506 South Aberdeen. Caller says there may be 2 people shot, her and her friend. They're in a white GMC, both tickets details. To follow 666 no name.
7388 Charlie.
88 Charlie.
We have a station check Blue Line and Clinton, please.
Hold on. All right, Clinton is going to get you 08235. 08235.
5320 Charlie. City by 1.
1832 Charlie?
5320 Charlie.
Oh, I was not close. 5320 Charlie, go ahead.
Hey, squad, can you show me meeting 26th Street for the witness? The miles are 21088, and we're going to East and Michigan Avenue.
Okay, can you give me the street again? I couldn't copy it.
Yeah, 8th and Michigan Avenue.
8th and Michigan. All right, 10-4. 1647 on the clock.
Right on, thank you.
You're welcome.
Units in 12th District and Citywide, we have assault in progress at 924 West Madison Street. Again, that's 924 West Madison Street. A client was threatening the doctor because he refused service. She left, but she may be in the area. She's wearing all black, and she drives a white BMW. Zone clear.
PH1, Citywide 1, we are up.
PH1, 10-4.
7397 Adam.
97 Adam.
Street stop, Clark and Lake Blue Line.
Posting from Dubai to separate our country, ain't you? '85th Aberdeen. We'll just go straight down.
7383 Charlie.
Hit number 79 on the red line.
It's 08315. 08315.
What line? 3216.
3216.
Yeah, that white truck at Chestnut, it's gonna need a reload.
Okay, and he's northbound or southbound?
Southbound. He's in the right-hand turn lane for Chestnut, so street to Dank, get over here.
Alright, southbound, 10-4.
You need a plate or no?
If you have it, sure.
It's gonna be Eddie Tom, 91466.
Alright.
Alright, and then show me heading into the station to do the crash.
Okay, 10-4.
7386 David.
7386 David?
Yeah, squad, can you show us that the pull is in a red line? Can we get that VIN number over there?
Sure, it's 08330. 08330.
Thank you.
7386 Adam.
86.
Give me the event number for Red Line in Jackson, please.
Red Jackson is 08337. 08337.
4.
PH1.
PH1.
You're being summoned to Zone 8, please, for this person shot from 8500 South Aberdeen.
Sorry, we'll switch over.
Okay.
So it's modified.
7383 Davis.
There we go. We're going down there. I better put it in my map.
Platform check at States and Red Line.
People living underneath the bridge here. See that?
Alright, that's 08353. 08353.
2 girls shot in an SUV, 85th in Aberdeen.
88 Charlie.
That's the distraction. Everybody gets that. It doesn't matter they're Democrat or Republican. It's a distraction from what's happening with our economy and with the crime, right? It's all a distraction. That's what it is. That's what it is. And then they even say crime is down when it went up artificially during COVID and during the Floyd riots, right? Even Trump is playing that game that he solved the crime. He didn't solve nothing. He just shot 2 people in Minneapolis. And you can say whatever it is. Shooting people is a homicide. Not all homicides are murder. You got to deal with intent. But you just had 2 homicides in Minneapolis by law enforcement. So how is crime down? Oh, we should stay inside like COVID. That's what the right's saying, right? We should stay inside like COVID, right? Yeah, whatever, man. Well, you're gonna get all day from me, man. I ain't putting up with that from nobody, man. Whether you're a gang-banging drug dealer trying to kill me or you're a right-wing white supremacist telling me I can't say what I want to say. Yeah. See you later, bro. You're both in the same category, criminals that want to violate my rights.
Norfolk Claiborne is 08387. 08387.
7383 Adam.
83 Adam.
Can I shoot your even off the red line at 15 West 95?
15 is going to be 08391. 08391.
7386 Charlie.
86 Charlie.
You're in the bed number for Clark and Lake, the platform.
Alright, it's 08402. 08402.
Units in Aiden Citywide, there's a theft in progress at 6315 South Kedzie at the Walgreens. The male black wearing a gray sweater, brown pants. No further, Zone 6 clear.
$739.
2395 David.
Charlie, can I get an ETA on the ambulance?
Hold on. Yes, a State Citywide burglary in progress. 2507 East 74th Street, 2507 East 74, apartment 1, William. Miss Nash said there's an unknown person inside her apartment. They changed her locks. Unknown to guns, weapons. Person is on things on 7. Alright, they got ambulance 66 and engine 1 en route.
David.
86 David.
Can you show us that Clark and Division red line?
08465. 08465.
Was there a hit on the Honda Civic?
Was there a what?
An LPR on a Honda Civic.
5700 Adam.
It's I am.
Any chance you have info on a Honda Civic for the LPR?
Last hit was southbound, 55th Street, South Pulaski, heading southbound.
Alright, southbound 55th Pulaski, southbound.
PH1 Citywide, we'll have to that location.
Alright, PH1. Do you have a plate number on it? Anybody have a plate? 5700 Adam?
5700 Adam, the plate is David Union 57497.
Okay, thank you.
7386.
7386.
Is that number for Howard Redline, please?
Okay, 08483. 08483.
5700 Adam.
5700 Adam.
There are some units looking for this car that was out of 11. Indiana plate of Adam 3581 is red Jeep, straight steel, and 11 is sideswipe. The squad car. It was just southbound. 1400 South Sacramento about a minute ago.
Okay, 1400 South Sacramento. Wanted red Jeep, sideswipe window to the officers in 11. The Indiana plate of Adam 358.
700 Adam 3581 out of Indiana plate.
3581, correction. The plate again, Adam 3581, Indiana, red Jeep.
5700 for info again. That same car just hit eastbound at 2225 West Roosevelt Road. Address one more time.
2225 West Roosevelt, going eastbound.
The plate again?
Adam 3581, Indiana, it's a red Jeep.
73884.
8884.
Defense number please, blue line, 6th row.
Alright, it's 08500. 08500.
Keep left. That's more up, this one first,
First story I worked on was the cocaine dealing out of Shakespeare District. Remember that? That's clickbait too, right, my brother?
Any more updates on the red Jeep?
Negative, the last one was at Roosevelt.
Alright, that was a negative. Last one was eastbound 2225 West Roosevelt. 4650. Okay.
4600, you can put that on my box for me.
That's fine.
So that's 388 Adam.
88 Adam.
6 for hold on, that's the last.
08538. 08538.
4754.
4754.
Show me how to that job in 24, and can I please get the address?
It's going to be 6000 North Kenmore. 6000 North Kenmore.
A3 Providence.
No, they were just asking for a star car. They haven't called the spot out yet or anything.
You can disregard 24 then.
Alright, 4724. 4724.
4750.
4750.
Show me hidden over there as well. Can I get that address once more?
Sure, no problem. It's 6000 North Kenmore.
And thanks. 4660 Adam.
Sorry, Adam, you're the company?
4660 Adam. Show me on scene number 24 plus.
Okay. Alright, for the units responding over to 6000 North Kenmore, they're declaring it a SWAT right now. 4600.
4600 I think they have him in custody according to the zone.
Oh, okay.
SWAT in custody, 6000 North Sheridan.
Of course, they just sent over this message.
4605. What did 4600 just say? Sorry, I was talking to somebody else.
That they might have him in custody. They might, not yet. I don't know. Okay.
5, yeah, he is in custody for 40. The other guys.
Okay, the offender is in custody.
4600, so I canceled that SWAT incident call out then.
Alright, once again, we're canceling out the SWAT. Who's over there already at 6000 North Kenmore. And if anybody was on the way.
Kenmore. Not Sheridan.
4650?
Kenmore. Canceled.
4 response, thank you.
Okay.
4605, we get EMS rolling over this way?
Sure, 10-4.
If it wasn't already requested.
Alright, I'll check right now.
739. Hi, David.
7395 Davidson.
Can I please get an even number for Brendel and Brendel?
Alright, upper is going to be 08615 and lower is 08616.
7383 David.
83 David.
Can you give me an event number for the platform Roosevelt, the red line?
Alright, it's 08627. 08627.
7383 Charlie.
7383 Charlie.
Doesn't have an event number. Not the normal.
08631. 08631.
85th we're going to, right? Yeah, 85th and Aberdeen. Aberdeen is what, east or west?
83 Adam.
Which way is Aberdeen? Should I go east or west?
Another one for 14 West 95.
Alright, 15 is going to be 08635. 14 is 08637.
PH1 City Back.
PH1?
Can I get it back up on the top there?
08647. 08647.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The 388 boy.
88 boy.
Temple City's Blue Line Medical District.
08654. 08654.
Thank you. 7395 boy.
95 boy.
Yeah, could you tell me the event number we're on from this Roosevelt overdose incident?
That's
Roosevelt overdose.
08073.
Roosevelt red line overdose.
7386
8670.
Aberdeen, which way, left or right, guys? I should have pushed it in my computer, right?
You show us one in custody, Clark and Lee, can we go transfer it?
Roosevelt red line, rush hour overdose.
83 Charlie.
Yeah, squad, we're going to do a Brad Mission, train number 5197. We're going southbound from 79th red line to 95th red line. Second event.
Alright, it's 08772. 08772.
I'm going to have to pull over here. I think Aberdeen is going to be, right? West, right?
3387 Adam and boy.
Yeah, Aberdeen is
Adam.
Squad, give us the event number I know where, Blue Line.
Alright, that's going to get you guys 08835. 08835.
Thanks. 7383 Charlotte.
83 Charlie.
Aberdeen. I think it's somewhere around there, right? Let's double check.
7383 Charlie.
Perry, Aberdeen.
7383 Charlie, go ahead.
Yes, boss. So we get a
Aberdeen is going to be that way.
CTA check, 95th red line.
Sure, take 08842. 08842. Alright, if I have any Lakeshore Drive units available, getting a crash with injuries over at Grand and Lakeshore Drive. Lakeshore Drive at Grand, it's a car accident, injuries.
That's the second one today.
7383 Charlie.
83 Charlie.
We're going to do a train ride station northbound on the red line. Car number.
Car accident with injuries, Grand and Lakeshore Drive. This is the second accident right in that area today already, if not third.
Alright, use event
4605.
Nothing to get you event 08866. 08866. And 4605.
Yes, well, I was going to wonder if you got the event number for this.
Sure, it's 07596. 07596.
And 4, thank you. The sender was handed over to CFD, so we are going to be clear.
CFT. Who's CFT? Did you just hear that? We're going to have to get that call. They just handed the offender over to CFT. Who's that? See, they don't. Did you just hear that? So the Chicago police are giving these. Yeah, I need to stop and get that number there for that. You just heard that, right?
All right, 08895. 08895. Pretty ends at 15 and none. Citywide, we're going to call the burglary in progress. 5108 West Thomas. 5108 West on Thomas. It says apartment N is a Nancy on the second floor. It says there's 4 males kicking in the caller's door trying to break into his house. Caller don't know who they are. We got details to follow. 15 district zone, 12 stations clear.
Eight.
86 at 8. Alright, Howard, it'll be 08915. 08915.
85th in Aberdeen, that's where we're going. They're supposed to be shooting over here, right?
Sorry, VIN number for 79th in the red line.
08919.
Might be in these projects over here, right? These are projects right here, right?
4754.
4754. So you could out Washington.
8509 South Aberdeen. 8509 South Aberdeen.
7386.
7386.
Can do an event for the Chicago.
8509 South Aberdeen.
Same red line, please.
That's 09345. 09345.
It's probably in back here. Going to a shooting scene. And we're all caught up on our radio calls. You just heard there's an overdose too, right? And a bad accident there. There was an accident when I started my radio broadcast there. That's a bad curve there. They must not have salted it or something. I think we gotta go a little bit more and then we're gonna go hit Aberdeen. I covered a shooting here before, I think. A kid got shot on Curve Foot. Back in back of us, a young guy, 15-year-old. Yeah, I've been here for another shooting before. It looks like the ambulance is just showing up. You see the ambulance or something there?
95 boy.
For the red is 09358, and the pedway is 09359.
And they didn't. Yeah, I remember I was down here. They didn't shovel these streets before. They didn't shovel. They're not shoveling these streets down here, man. The hell, man? They haven't hit these at all. Wow, 6:32 p.m. We're going to a shooting scene over here in Aberdeen. We're on 86th. We're passing Sangamon. These streets aren't plowed at all, man. That's messed up. I don't want to say nothing, man, but that's not good that these streets aren't plowed yet. I don't want to say nothing. That one is, but these side streets aren't plowed at all down here on the south side that I see. Whatever. Wow, 6:32 p.m. We're going to a shooting scene. Streets aren't plowed down here on the south side that I see, especially the side streets on 86th Street.
86. Take 09366. 09366.
7385 boy.
85.
Send another car to 79 Shell Station. We got a female saying there was attempt carjacking. Her vehicle's still on scene, but she thinks they're in the area.
Alright, 10-4. If anybody's close by for 7385 boy over
there
at
we go. Yeah, this is a shooting over here.
Took it over to the zone.
There you go, man. Active shooting scenes. There you go. Active shooting scene, 86th in Aberdeen. They shot up a car over here. And carjacking 79th and State, right? He just said. So you see, crime is out of hand, right? Attempted carjacking, 79th and State, over by the gas station.
And 7385 boy, you should have 613 and 620 Adam responding.
4 squad, thank you.
You're welcome.
There's 2 shot here, are they saying, right?
7387 Charlie.
87 Charlie.
Yeah, can we get a number for the blue line at Montrose, please?
Montrose is 09404. 09404.
Alright, let's put on our clothes, eh? You gotta stay warm now. Oh, I'm gonna put my Kia Boy mask on there, man. You need that. You can't breathe this cold air. It hurts my lungs, man. So, 2 girls shot over here. We'll see what we can see. What time was it? It was 4. It was 46, right? What was it? 46?
7385 boy.
Sorry, 85 boy, go ahead.
The car's still here. I guess they ran up on her.
Units in the 12th District and units in Citywide. We have a theft in progress at 1101 West Jackson Boulevard, the Target store. Again, that's 1101 West Jackson Boulevard, the Target store. There's a female, white, with tattoos on both hands, wearing a black beanie with a black coat and black pants. She's stealing and placing certain items inside of her book bag. Nothing further. Units in the 12th District and units in Citywide. We have a theft in progress at 1101 West Jackson Boulevard, the Target store. Again, that's 1101 West Jackson Boulevard, the Target store. There's a female, white, with tattoos on
black coat and black pants. She's stealing and placing certain items inside of her book bag. Nothing further.
Peterson 16 is on a citywide person shot, 8500 South Aberdeen. We're also getting 8506.
That's what you're hearing here, right? Aberdeen. Oh man, see that? My phone just 86th in Aberdeen here, right? What happens? Your car goes out, right? Or your phone goes out in the middle of your broadcast. I try to get you guys that radio call here. 2 girls shot in a car, it sounds like here. There was an attempted carjacking right down the street here, too. So we're gonna go over there. There's a white SUV, they say, that was shot up. Oh, that must be it right there.
88 Adam.
Give me that number, please, for the full line at home.
Alright, it's 09437. 09437.
Unison, the 12th District and Unison Citywide. We have a theft in progress at 1101 West Jackson Boulevard, the Target store. Again, that's 1101 West Jackson Boulevard, the Target store. There's a female, white, with tattoos on both hands, wearing a black beanie with a black coat and black pants. She's stealing and placing certain items
So it looks
inside
like
of her book bag.
There's the
Nothing
car. It's smashed into the house over there. You see that over there? So we'll go around. So they got this taped off here.
Peterson 16 is on a citywide person shot, 8500 South Aberdeen. We're also getting 8506 South Aberdeen. Caller says there may be 2 people shot, her and her friend. They're in a white GMC. Both tickets details to follow. 6 districts, no name.
So the shooting happened somewhere here. They got it blocked off. They're checking the houses, and there's the car. See that there, right there? So they were shot right here, and then they crashed into the house over there. And now so it happened. The shooting happened somewhere here, and then they crashed over there. 8516 South Aberdeen. 2 females shot. There's the car over there. You see that over there? We're gonna try to get to that side now. All right. SubX.News on the spot reporting here.
I was not close. 5320 Charlie.
85th in Aberdeen. 2 girls shot in that car over there. You see that over there? There you go. All right, so let's get over there, right?
And we're going to 8th and 6th Avenue.
Quiet neighborhood.
The street again? I think it's going to come.
Yeah, 8th.
All right, they're canvassing the area now. See that there? SubX.News on the spot reporting. There's the car crashed over there.
Unison 12th District and Citywide. We have assault in progress at 924 West Madison Street. Again, that's 924 West Madison.
There's the detectives right there, right?
A client was threatening the doctor because he refused service.
There you go. See the cars over there? That's the car that was shot up.
She drives a white
See that?
Zone clear.
SubX.News on the spot reporting.
PH1, Citywide 1, we are up.
Where's all those right-wing weirdos, man? Yeah, you out here, bro? Where you at? You're in Dubai, right? You're listening to some dude in Dubai, right? Yeah, we ain't in Dubai, man. We're on 85th in Aberdeen, man. We're showing the truth. White supremacists love that stuff. They like when black people get shot. Yeah, everybody knows that one too, right? There you go. So they're shooting something happening over here. See that there?
08315.
SubX.News. Yeah. Yeah, we don't like white supremacists, by the way. Yeah, we're not into that one.
3216.
Yeah, that white truck, Chestnut, it's going to need a reload.
Okay, and he's northbound or southbound?
SubX.News. Shooting 2 girls I suppose they shot. Looks like they were driving here. Something happened, they got shot. We don't see no evidence markers down here, but they were checking these houses here. There you go. There you go. There's the car shot up right in front of you, right?
To do the crash.
Okay, 10-4.
There you go. 85th and Aberdeen. It's outside Chicago.
783-86, David.
Yeah, squad, can you pull us at the pull us in a red line? Can we get that venom over there?
Sure, it's 08330. 08330.
Thank you.
WD-86 Adam. 86. Give me the exact number for red line in Jackson, please. Red Jackson is 08337. 08337. Four.
PH1?
Which one?
You're being summoned to Zone 8, please, for this person shot from 8500 South Aberdeen.
Right, we'll switch over.
Okay.
There you go.
83 David. 83 David.
Can I get a VIN number for platform check at state and red line?
I did.
So that's the car. Shut up. It was driving here. Something happened here. They shot him and they crashed over there. We'll try to get to that side. I don't know if we're going to get to that side, though.
88 Charlie.
My number for a train ride at Clinton, train 3361. What?
Alright, it's 08357. 08357.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Detector door, right? See that?
That's 08362. 08362.
We're going to try to get to the other side. Two girls shot, 85th and Aberdeen. Crime is down, don't forget that. Interesting how crime is down, yet on one of the coldest days of the year, two girls are shot in their car, huh? Where's the crime prevention? Here. You see any city people here for crime prevention? You see anybody here from the city of Chicago? Do you see a city of Chicago truck that says crime prevention trauma treatment? You don't see anything. Oh, there's an abandoned house there. You don't see any of that stuff. They lie to you. Just like those white supremacists lie to you. They're all the same. They want to harm you, man. There you go. Ooh, it's cold outside. It's cold outside. Again, SubX.News on the scene of a shooting here on the south side of Chicago. 85th and Aberdeen. We're going to try to get you guys some more information. Right? There you go. That's what you're seeing, right? Crime is down, right? Oh, while there's shootings in Minneapolis and all kinds of other bullshit happening in our country, right? And people protesting and doing whatever else they're doing. And then they lie about crime in our country, right? While guys from Dubai post stuff, right? Yeah. Now you understand what's happening in our society? We're being controlled by outsiders, like Chicago. Chicago's run by a guy from Elgin. He ain't from Chicago. That's why you have what you see in front of you. Two girls just got shot. Two girls just got shot there. What's this? What are you talking about? Who's this Juan Ybarra here? Who's that? Who's that? Who are you, bro? Why are you threatening people on my page? Who's you, Juan Ybarra? Who is that? Are you a terrorist, man? I had to look that up. You see that there? We have all kinds of terrorists. These are people from Dubai. They're paid agitators. They're paid by the union. They're all kinds of people, right? They destroy our society. They harm our children. They lie. They cheat. They steal. And that's what they do. And we need to be careful. And that's what SubX does. We expose corruption. It don't matter it's left or right.
Howard is 09555.
They're all the same. They're all the same. Corrupt. There you go. 2 girls just got shot. Got that? You just see it in front of you, man. SubX.News. There ain't no other news agency out here. Why? Why ain't there no news agency? Because Brandon Johnson said crime is down. There is no city trucks out here. There's no trauma treatment out here. There's nothing out here, right? There's nothing out here. See that there? Yeah, I'm here. There's that lady just showed up. She's the cop guy, the detective. She was all hurried, right, to get here. But there you go, right? SubX.News. Shooting. Double shooting. 2 females shot in that car. We're going to try to get to the other point. I think this is a crime chaser here, right behind me.
385 boy.
85 boy.
Can you do this to 613 and can we get 2 event numbers? 79th Red Line station platform.
Alright, upper is going to be 09568.
Those are cops
lower
there,
is 09570.
Those are more detectives, right?
10-4.
Those are detectives there. See that?
7383 Charlie.
SubX.News. We're going to try to get to the other side, right?
In the 6th district, please.
09572. 09572.
Crime is down, baby. It's what? It's 10 below 0, whatever it is, and they're still shooting people in the city. Where is the city trucks? Where is the mayor? Where is the alderman? Where's anybody? There ain't nobody here. All you see is cops, a car that was shot up, and a couple girls now are in the hospital, right? That's all you see. You don't see anything else. Where's the white supremacists laughing, right? Where's the Where's the left-wing Antifas? Where's them at? Why aren't they protesting this thing, that something? Why? You don't see, look, think about this. You don't see either side here. You don't see the left or the right. All you see is damage and carnage. That's what you see. This is damage and carnage. And mostly in black and brown communities in our city, in Chicago, it's mostly black and brown people getting shot and killed and robbed and raped and maimed. What's up? 2 girls got shot.
Little girls?
I don't know, driving a car that crashed into a house over there in New Offense.
Oh, wow.
Right on the corner over there.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what, I don't know why. It looks like it might have been some kind of drive-by, because it looks like they were driving and somebody shot at them. And then they crashed into a fence up there on the corner there. Right, that last building there, that apartment building at the end, they crashed into the fence, it looks like.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know if you're getting through here. That's why I'm backing up. I'm probably going to get over it on the other side. SubX.News, I'm crime chasing, so. Okay, be safe, Roy. Yeah, the radio said 2 girls were shot in the car. Be safe, okay? Yeah, get out of here because we can't go that way, right? So that's, you know, and look, if you don't like my commentary, guess what? We live in America. You can look to another channel. See what I've said this before. The right so wants to control the news. It's unbelievable. Hannity, Sean Hannity and Waters, they talk all kinds of stupid ass shit. And then the first thing people said on my thing, you're doing politics. Like, what? What? Sean Hannity kisses Trump's ass, man. His lips are brown from that much kissing, man. They're worn out. You kind of get it? Like, it's weird. It's weird. And then you got MSNBC, the other one, right? It's weird how these people are. They want to control you, and it's strange. You know what I mean? I don't know why. It's like totally un-American. When you say this, when you say you're not telling me what I want, that way you're a bad news agency. Turn the channel, my brother. You want to try to get through here? Let's try this. Let's see if we can get through this alley here. You kind of get what I'm saying? Turn the channel. Who cares? I don't care. Get lost.
1200 West on Pratt for apartment 404. Coming in at a female CIT component, 28-year-old female, holding a knife, ambulance en route. Nothing further. Zone 11, District 24 clear.
Again, 85th in Aberdeen. So the initial report is 2 girls shot in a car. It looks like they were driving.
Lower 09623.
There's the car right here. We'll show it to you guys here, right? SubX.News on the spot reporting 2 girls shot. That's what we're hearing over here, right? Ready to go? All right, I gotta get my gloves on again. All right, there we gotta go. I'll show you the other end of this X, oh, whatever you call it, shooting, right? Again, 85th in Aberdeen, report of 2 shot over here, right? There you go, man. That's the car. See that there? SubX.News. There you go, right? There you go. So that's the car that got shot up, crashed there. See that there? SubX.News on the spot report. So they were driving up north here. Somehow they got shot up.
Do you want them when it's all done to tow the car to Doty or what is it? Yeah. Well, for investigation of the Doty.
Again, that car shot up. 2 girls were in that car. That's what the report said. I gotta get the address here, right? Yeah. 85th in Aberdeen to a report of 2 shot driving up north. They crashed that car over there, right? I hate this, man. My fingers always get cold. Would you guys get mad if I went into that little front yard there and took some pictures? In that front yard right there? Huh? Alright. SubX.News on the spot reporting. 85th and Aberdeen. 2 shot. 2 females shot, we're hearing. There's a tech there. Oh man, you gotta keep my hand in the pocket here. Well, I'd like to get right in there, man.
7386 Charlie. 86 Charlie.
Well, their phone just went out.
09680.
Guys should have been watching. See, he's taking the pictures already. That's the evidence tech there. See that there? Again, that's the... Tell me to take a few screenshots and send them to me. On my other phone went out, so I only got one phone running now. I got another one, but whatever. I should have charged it up. I thought I was charging. I have to check my plugs. Sometimes they don't work in the car. I'd like to go right in here, man. It looks like that's an abandoned house. That looks like that's a trap house, right? See that there? This might be a trap house here. See this here? Let me show you this. So we're here on 85th and Aberdeen. Looks like this might be a trap house. See that there? There's nobody living here. See that there? Yeah. I'm not saying that's related to this. They were shot somewhere over there. See that there? SubX.News here on 85th and Aberdeen. Shooting. I'd like to get right in there and get that shot, right? There's a tape there. No tape here, right? I'll try to get my other phone going.
7386 Adam. 86 Adam. Squad, can you give me the VIN number for Jackson and the red line? Alright, it's 09706. 09706.
7385 Charles on David.
85.
There you go, right? SubX.News on the spot reporting here. 85th and Aberdeen. We hear there's 2 people shot here. 2 females shot in that car driving. Oh, you want me to go see that or what? It's fenced off, right? What do you guys think? So there you go. I'll ask this guy. I don't want to get yelled at by these guys.
It's just that one, right? Okay. I'm gonna check it out what it is.
Hey, can I get a front shot from that car from that yard or not? No? Is that yard taped off too? Yeah. Whatever, my brother. That's why you don't ask, right? There you go. My fingers are starting to get cold here. There you go, right? Let's People trying to get home. You see that over there? SubX.News on the spot report. Two people shot. 85th and Aberdeen. Looks like they were driving in and crashed. Yeah, I'm nice to the cops, ain't I? I don't know where the shell casings are. That'd be crazy, huh? Looking for those. I'll get one more shot over here and then we're gonna get out of here. Put my other camera. Oh, there's a beer can right there. I'm telling you, I think that's a trap house right there or something. It's a window with some lights on, but it looks pretty suspicious, don't it? 85th and Aberdeen, right? There we go. Right. Looks like the shooting happened somewhere down there. They got shot and crashed into there. Alright, let's get out of here. It's cold. Try to figure out what happened for you guys. Nice quiet neighborhood. See that there? Ooh. All right, we gotta start this car up. It's cold. Urgh. Where's my white supremacists? Where's my white supremacists? Get lost, man. Get off my page, man. I don't, and here's a secret. I don't like white supremacists. Get off my page. Please. Don't be associated with my stuff. I don't want anything to do with white supremacists. Stay off my page.
Alright, for the Mass Transit, it's getting a disturbance now over the blue line at Washington, Madison. Blue hood, he's in the mid, being belligerent, refusing to leave. Nothing.
Yeah, I don't want to get shot. I don't want to slip on no ice. I don't want to get shot by ice. I don't want to slip, right?
7384 Adam.
84 Adam.
Yes, Clark. Can I get an event number for the Jackson Red and then one for the Jackson Blue?
Okay, the red is 09775 and the blue is going to be 09777.
I'm gonna try to.
7386 Charlie.
Yeah, you can't wear your gloves when you're doing this stupid video recording.
For Clark and Lake Hubble. Clark and Lake is 09787. 09787.
Cold out here, I'll tell you that. I'm gonna try to figure out what happened out there for you guys, alright? But two girls were shot over here. Maybe I'll go over there.
7386 Davis.
Usually I like to show you guys the crime scene.
Alright, that's 09797. 09797.
Looked like there was Hispanic workers in those vans, right? 70, where are we at? 85th and Aberdeen. They were working here or something. You seen that, right? So the other phone that I complained that I lost battery, it didn't. It just shut down because it was too cold. I just turned on again because I thought it was charged, but it just went out. My other phone. Well, whatever. That's the way life goes. It's cold out here, that's for sure. All right, now let's see if I can get some video here.
7388 boy.
88 boy.
Report of 2 shot down here on 85th and Aberdeen. Looks like they were driving. They got shot by somebody and then crashed into the fence over here by the corner.
09812. 09812. Yep.
Happened a couple hours ago. I'm posting this.
Alright, upper is 09822, lower is 09823.
This is a nice neighborhood.
7395 Davis. 7395 Davis. Let's see the numbers.
Hang on. SubX.News on. Here. On the spiral. Don't know if they were driving or if they were shot when they were shot.
If any Lakeshore Drive units available, getting a suspicious auto, no occupants, over at 860 North Lakeshore Drive. It's a white Jeep in the middle of the street, blocking the exit from Lakeshore Drive to Chestnut. I got nothing further.
We have 12, 13, 15, and 16 out there.
And my phone shut down.
13 afternoon. Can you check the suspicious auto, no occupants, at 860 North Lakeshore Drive for a white Jeep? Okay, thanks.
Let me check if I can see the report. Maybe there's already a report on the internet, right? From the cops. Ooh, man, that was cold. My fingers just warmed up. Ain't no joke out here, man. Don't fool around. Don't be doing this silliness. SubX.News, baby. Woo, it's cold. Oh man, there was a 60-year-old shot today early walking to his vehicle. They jacked him or something. I'll write that up at 4:15 a.m. I missed that one this morning. Oh man. All right, it's not on my major. It's not on here yet. It's not on there yet. See that? The last one was the crime stats.
Units in 8 citywide theft in progress. Walgreens, 3943 West 47th Street. A female black is stealing, wearing beige shirt, gray sweatpants, black bag. No further than 6 radio click. 3383 David. 83 David. Can I get a bed number for Roosevelt? Roosevelt 09870. 09870. 3213. 3213. Okay. It's on the drive. Is that a good address? 860 North Lakeshore Drive.
3213. I think it's 30 years, but I'm assuming that it is.
Okay.
It's cold out. It's no joke. Whew. We're up to date on radio calls. Oh man. Let's see what I can do for you. I'm gonna see if I can. Let me see. While I'm posting, I'm gonna see if I can get you a better view here. I put my seatbelt. What's up, my brother? It's horrible for the fingers. I hate this.
Terrible, I know.
Right?
Yeah.
Good seeing you.
I got the heaters in here.
Oh, I gotta get me that.
Yeah.
But you know, I got this stupid cell phone thing, and I gotta touch the buttons.
These gloves.
Oh, they got special buttons on them?
Yeah.
All right, I'll get them then. Take it easy. Good seeing you.
Good seeing you.
Good seeing you.
You see them on Amazon.
What's they called?
I think they're something wool. W-O-O-L.
With batteries in them?
No, I got the heaters.
Oh, you got it? All right, take it easy. Good seeing you.
Can I have another number for the blue line at
85th and Aberdeen, 2 girls shot. Reported. I'm trying to.
Item 13, streets and towns been notified.
I'm trying to get you guys a good picture here, right?
Charlie, you just want one number? Just one. 09894. 09894.
There. 85th and Aberdeen. 2 girls were shot right there, man. I'll get out of the car and show you guys one more. But let me post this video real quick, right? 85th and Aberdeen. Let me show you. I'll get out real quick. Those of you just tuning in, all right? Watch my car so nobody carjacks it, right? So there you go, man. 85th and Aberdeen. They were driving or something over there. Right? And then they crashed over here. See that over here? So they were driving. This is a northbound street. So they were driving or stopped over there. We don't know what happened. They said 8516, and then they ended up crashing right there. You see that there? The SubX.News on the spy report. 85th and Aberdeen. See that there? He's looking in the car now for evidence. And there you go. Take a park right there, man. I like to do that. So that's what you're seeing, right? Let me post that video up. I can't. It's two-way street here. So while I turn around and try to get, I can't get you a picture here, right? Those two vans are in the way there. They're witnesses. There's a couple of workers there. They're witnesses, right? But what we can do is I'll turn around here and we'll watch what the cops do. And if they move, then we'll try to get you a better picture, because I got to upload in 2 more spots, right? But I'll show you from this angle, the crime scene, right? I'll try to do. So the car was either stopped or driving, and then it crashed, right? SubX.News, by the way. 85th in Aberdeen, 85th in Aberdeen. 2 girls shot, that's what I'm hearing. It's not listed yet on the MINS. That major. So behind that white van there, behind that white van, there's a car crash.
87 Charlie.
They get a number for the blue line at Kedzie, Logan Square stop.
You can't see it here.
Logan is 09932. 09932.
Let me post this video up, alright? Give me a second, alright? And then I'll tell you guys what's going on. I'll try to get more information for everybody, right? 85th in Aberdeen, 2 people were shot. Yeah. Oh, and there's been a bunch of murders already. This ain't the first one. There's been a bunch of murders. We've had a murder a day so far. Report of 2 females shot at 85th in Aberdeen, and then they crashed their cars into the fence at this corner building.
$3388 Charlie.
88 Charlie.
We have a VIN number for the blue line check, Halsted UIC.
It's 09944. 09944.
Airport.
So he's leaving. I'm gonna try it. I'd like to get over there and then I can show you a better view, right? Unless he's blocking it now. What time did it happen? Does everybody remember that? Let me check. It was 4:46, right?
2013. All units in 20. We have a disturbance. Started off as a person with a knife. 5343 North Broadway, the Jewels. The older female black wearing a white puffer coat causing a disturbance in the liquor department. Say she pulled a knife on security. Female black. Currently in the liquor aisle. Nothing further. On 11, District 20 clear.
There's a lot. They're keeping those workers there in those vans there. There's a couple of guys there. If those vans move, we'll be fine, right? There's work trucks right there. They weren't related to it. There's a couple of work trucks there. Behind that white van is a car crashed. I'm going to try to get you that view, right?
3213.
3213?
Yes, the exact address.
Okay.
just found out my horn don't work for some reason. Don't know why.
7383 Adam.
83 Adam.
Can I please get an event number for the red line at 15 West 95 and one at 14 West 95?
They're looking like they're letting cars through, so if they do alternative.
09980. 14 West is 09981.
Looks like the crime scene's done.
Units of 6 and Citywide Battery in progress, 7700 South Eggleston. Caller said a male is choking a female in a black two-door vehicle. Details to follow. 62618.
Looks like these workers are going to get out of the way, and I'll show you guys the car.
6040 Frank?
6408 Frank.
Oh, 6408 Frank, go ahead, I'm sorry.
And they're letting everybody through now.
She was one detained.
From 3057 Ashland?
10-4 select.
Okay, 10-4. 1924 if you need it.
They're gonna let those trucks out, right? See that there? So you're gonna see the car crashed over there. See that? You'll see pretty soon.
7388 Charlie.
88 Charlie.
Red number for a train ride, car number 7196 from Racine. 6408 Charlie.
Alright, 88 Charlie, your number is 09997. 09997 and 6408 Charlie.
6408 Charlie, show us with Frank. Charlie 1 for Citywide.
Charlie 1.
Just letting you know we're up and available.
Okay, 10-4.
You're gonna see the car crash soon, alright? That's why I'm waiting. I'm gonna show everybody the car crashed. You're gonna see it now. What? See that there? There you go. SubX.News on the spot reporting here. 2 girls got shot. You can see the car crashed right there. See that there? Maybe I'll go over there. You want to get over there? The car crashed, right? Let's go check it out. I gotta put my gloves on though, right? So I don't freeze. Where's my gloves at?
734 David.
84 David.
Can I get 2 of our numbers for the Chicago Red Line?
Upper is going to be 10019. Lower is 100.
85th and Aberdeen, 2 shot. 85th and Aberdeen, 2 shot.
02.
6408 Frank.
6408 Frank.
Can you please run this deal number for me?
Sure, go ahead.
Are you gonna see this?
call. Somebody cut you out. I got everything up to the 30 at the end.
307.
7. Okay, 7. Oh, hey, Frank, let me know when you clear a copy.
Clear copy, squad.
Full extradition, Cook County is looking for him for robbery, armed robbery.
SubX.News on the spot reporting here.
Area 3.
85th and Aberdeen.
Okay,
The report is two females were shot. That's the report. I haven't confirmed it yet. As you see, they're still looking and searching for evidence here. The shooting happened down there where that car is. So the shooting happened somewhere over there, and then they drove. Either they were driving or they were stopped, and then they ended up crashing here.
73884.
SubX.News on the spot report.
Medical district.
There you go, right?
Medical is 10040. 10040.
So there you go, right? That car was shot up there. See that there? SubX.News. We don't see any bullet holes, right? SubX.News on this spot reporting. 85th and Aberdeen. That car was shot up. Sounds like there was two female. Oh, you can see the blood there. There, you see the blood on the windshield? There's blood on the windshield right there. See that there? So there, somebody got hit in the top. You can see the blood splatter on the windshield there. See that there? SubX.News. Yeah, it's gruesome, man. You can't get that way. It looks like they're blocking me off still. Yeah, you can see the blood splatter on the windshield, right? There you go, right? Car crash. See that there? There you go, right? It's crashed right there. There's blood splatter right there. You see it right there? I don't know if you can see it there. I don't know. It's hard to, I don't know which camera you can see that there, but you can see the blood splatter. It's right there. Right on it. So they must have shot this way or from the, that looks like they were shot from the back. See that there? You can't have blood splatter on the windshield there. Looks like they were shot from the back or something there. Did you see that there? Hey, how you doing, my brother?
Be around the vehicle.
Huh?
And be around the vehicle.
Well, we're getting the tapes down. Yeah, SubX.News, brother. Here. Make sure you mark that, right? I know what I'm doing, brother. They took the tape down. It's over with.
Charlie. Can you have that number for Park and Lake Blue Line? 065. 10065.
So, I'm looking. I don't see no bullet holes in here. So I don't know if they were shot from the inside or what, but that's what it looks like. Because you see the blood splatter. There's blood splatter right there. You can see it from this angle. You see the blood splatter in there? But there's no bullet holes from the outside. So they must have drove and something happened to them and they got shot. You see that there? SubX.News. That's what we're looking at. There's blood splatter on the outside. You see that there? And there's no bullet holes on the outside. There's no shattered glass. That's what you were seeing here. You see that there? So there's no... And you figure if they were driving northbound, right? They were coming here, right? And they were parked, they would have got shot from the side or something like that. See that there? See that? See the blood splatter right there? That's maybe when they were getting out or something. Oh no, there's blood splatter right there too. So there's blood splatter this way, and there's blood splatter on the passenger side. So the report was 2 females shot. But there's no bullet exit wounds. There's no bullet holes on the windshield. You see that? That's strange. It's weird. Well, I hope they make it. I hope everything's okay. I hope they pull through. If you know these people, say send them some prayers. I'm sorry they went through it, but that's what it's looking like. It's looking like, from my opinion, they were shot from inside of the car here. Again, I'm gonna go down here and see that there's blood splatter on this one here, and then there's blood splatter on the passenger side. There was a driver and a passenger, it looks like. So there's blood splatter right here, and there's blood splatter on this side. So they were shot, looks like, from the inside. Again, I don't see any bullet holes here, right? And I don't see no markers out here either. Yeah. I don't know, I'm just speculating, right? Put your gloves on, brother. I always tell you, I hate it when it gets this cold. It is horrible, man. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, it's crazy. The CTA is crazy again. They're beating people up again. There was just an OD on the train. Be safe, my brother. Alright, so maybe that window looks like it's shot out there. See, or something? That window's open. And let's see if that's... maybe that's shot out. We don't know. We don't know where it happened, right? Maybe I'll walk around and see if there's any glass over there, right? We'll take a walk. Again, there's blood splatter. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. See that right there? It's right, the blood splatters. Right there, right? There's blood splatter right there. Then there's blood splatter on the, see the blood right there? All right, let's go see if we see the broken glass over here. And see if somebody shot into the car or what. So at least we would see the glass somewhere here, right? So it was taped off over here somewhere. This is police car stuff here. So they drove there. This is one way this way, right? You see anything down here? You don't see, it was taped off just right here, right? You don't see no glass or nothing down here, right? Yeah, it's hard doing these investigations in the cold. Yeah, I don't see no, I think it was taped off over here. See that there? Yeah. I don't see no glass. Got it? That's glass there. Again, the reporting is 2 girls shot. So the report, I haven't checked any official stuff yet. Something happened over here. So it's taped off there. I don't know if they were driving or parked, but it looks like, from my view, and your guys seeing it too, they were shot from inside of the car. Okay? So I don't know what happened. They got shot. And then somehow they crashed over there, but why would they get shot here? Did they pick somebody up? Right. Again, we don't see no bullet holes in the car. We see blood splatter from inside the car going outwards. One blood splatter is on the passenger windshield. There's blood splatter on the driver door window too. And so that's what we see. That's the car there. There's no bullet holes on the outside of that car there. There you go. Except that back window's open. So we don't know, did that window get shot out? Did somebody shoot through that window? I'll show you this. That back window is open there. See that there? So, I don't know if that's shot out. And there's blood splatter on the front. That's what we got. 85th and Aberdeen. SubX.News. Let's get out of here. I'm cold. It's January 26th. I'll get you guys the time in a second, okay? Whew, it's cold. Ah, whew. Let's see, what time is it? 7:38 p.m. Thanks, Holly. Where's my... you know what? I'm going to shut this off and get warm, okay? Take it easy, everybody. It's 85th. Let me check if it's on the internet yet, the shooting, what happened.
7384, boy.
And then I'll let you guys go.
Is that when you're coming there?
Oh, we're past 3 hours already. I should have hung up the phone. I went past my time period.
The Clark and Lake Station, 1 for the station, 1 for the platform, please.
We've been on the air for 3.5 hours. We should be stopped.
I am 10135.
It's not on yet. All right, when I get the report, I'll tell you guys. Take it easy. 7:39 p.m. January 26th, 2026, 8050 in Aberdeen. Sounds like 2 girls were shot in that car over there. But it's looking like they, to me, my view is they were shot from inside of the car there. SubX.News. Have a good night. Be safe. It's cold out.